Hello everyone and welcome to my third and last one of the Decathlon Finals cube drafts. So my previous ones went well because I got 3 wins in both of them, which is the amount of wins you require to get a 3-player draft tokens. So that's already 6 draft tokens worth 9,000 gems in prizes. But let's try to get at least 3 wins here now and hopefully maybe even a little bit more. The first pick in here could be... what could it be? It's a fairly weak pack actually. Yeah, I have to say this doesn't have anything like true very powerful cards. I can't even force mono red here or any kind of white based aggro because there's no aggro drops. There is a black one, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna take a red wanderer or a null priest. Actually the null priest would be the first better one because of the menace. It's a evasive 2-drop. I mean, I could go that route. I really don't like most of these cards. I think I'll actually go with the black here, the Null Priest of Oblivion. Let's see what happens. I'm willing to try some black aggressive deck. It's not the best one, best archetype in the cube, but that pack was really weak. I'm not really sure what was the correct pick in there. Alright, this doesn't look well based on what I mean, it doesn't help my first pick. I think the Obosh is still good because every art color creature would be dealing double damage, so it's not, and it as itself is a 5 mana 6 damage dealing creature with 5 toughness, but definitely not a great one. I guess, well, wait a minute, I took a Null Priest of Oblivion. There's a Draguseth, which is a really decent reanimating target. Am I gonna go for a reanimating strategy? Given this pack is such a weak one, I'll just go for it. I mean, if I get some more targets and spells that reanimate, and ways to, I mean, cards like Seasoned Pyromancer, which actually is very good because you get to discard your big things to your graveyard later to be reanimated. I'm gonna go for it. I mean, this is actually a good set. First of all, there's a card that does reanimate. It is expensive, 6 mana with the kicker, but still. Then there's a very good target for reanimating, and then there's a way to, put stuff to your graveyard. Other than that, the pack has Oracle of Mudaya and Golos, which are one of the better cards in the cube. But I'm gonna go with this plan. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so there's a pretty easy Dragon Skull Summit, because based on these cards I wanna be playing. I need both black and red mana. I don't need to cast the Draguseth necessarily, but I need to cast the Seasoned Pyromancer. There's a heroic reinforcements in my pick of like a as the kind of first pickable card out of this pack. This is really good in aggressive decks. But Dragon Skull Summit, that's the. Now there is a young Pyromancer. I do realize that it would work well in the deck with Seasoned Pyromancer too, but I think it's more boring one. So I'll take this Dragon Skull Summit and try to do the reanimating thing. Ox of Agonas also allows you to bin some cards, but it's also a 5-drop. You don't necessarily want to have a 5 mana way to put cards to your graveyard from your hand. I think a Kalos Blood Mage is the better one. Yeah, I'll take the Blood Mage because I have to keep in mind the fact that I might not get any good reanimating deck after all. I could be just a black-red deck in that case, and the Kalos Blood Mage being the cheaper card is the correct choice in that case, I think. Okay, I think I'll take just the Canyon Slow here. Yeah, I'll take the mana fixing here for these colors. So currently the plan is to either try to get the reanimating plan going on, or if that fails, just be some kind of a black-red deck. I actually have the 2 lands for it, and then these are not like bad cards. I'm not sure how good the archetype is. Usually it is going to be a bit of a sacrificed focused, but who knows, maybe I will get a Mayhem Devil or something like that as well. Okay, so this is not a bad one. Hornet Queen is not really a thing to use to reanimate. This is a way to put cards in your graveyard, but I think I maybe will stay out of other colors so far. I could take the Dragon's Rage Channeler because it has the Surveil option, but it's not really that good. You would have to have the top card of your library would have to be, you know, the kind of thing you want to be in. So I think I'll take the Play with Fire. There are enough aggressive decks in this cube that this should be a quite fairly decent one. The Palladium Mirror, Icy Manipulator, I don't think I care about them too much. Let's put it to the main deck for now. Fateless Looting, well, you know what, that is the kind of card that can bin cards for you. And now I only need the, you know, the more than this, but now Priest of Oblivion. There are a few ways to reanimate things in the cube. Now God Pharaoh's Gift is one of them, but it's a 7 mana card, so I'd rather get them cheaper. But yeah, I think the Fateless Looting, otherwise I could take Light of the Stage or Pillar of the Flame if I want to be like a more boring black-red deck. Dark Dwellers, that's not gonna be necessarily very good. Volcanic Salvo, Demonic Pact. I'm not really sure. It's gonna be one of the red cards or the black card. I'm just not sure which of them is the most interesting one. Fine, let's take the Demonic Pact, but I think I'm gonna put it to the sideboard. It might not be the kind of card I wanna main deck. Okay, Lightning Axe. The Timeratus wouldn't be the worst, but Lightning Axe is also a way to discard a creature you wanna reanimate. There's an Oboes and Demon Bolt, which would be fine picks for like a random black-red, but I'm gonna actually... I'm gonna try it. I hope that I will get some other nice lands, but I think I'll stick to red-black. I'll take the Dusk Legion Sigillet. I wanna make this thing work now. I mean, if I get... I mean, I already have a good reanimating target, and I might find more of them. They don't have to be black or red. It doesn't matter actually what color of cards they are. Could take the Death Cap Glade too if I get something green, but let's take the colorless card. Okay, blue or red, or blue or green. I think the blue is slightly more likely card to have. This is a sideboard card, I think. But what was I saying? I have one target for reanimating, and I have one way to reanimate stuff. That's not enough, of course, so I need more. Alright, this pack has me a Blightstep Pathway, which I think I'll take. There's a Stitches Supplier, and there's a Reckless Stormseeker, and the 6 mana Chandra here, which are, you know, fine. The Supplier would be, of course, even better, but because I can't really say at this point that I'm going to actually have the reanimating deck functional, that means that I'm necessarily not gonna even need the card. Plus, this has a chance to come back to me at pick number 9. So I'll take the dual land here. And then there's a Thoughtseize that's gonna be really fine. One other thing about Thoughtseize, and also Inquisition, is that you can target yourself, but well, you can't make yourself discard a Dracuset with this thing. But you could discard a reanimate target with Thoughtseize. Anyway, it's gonna be the good card in the cube. Anyway, I wanna disrupt the opponent a bit, so a nice pick up there. Now, am I getting anything to reanimate or not? I'm actually not that interested in the targets, but I'm interested in the rest of the spells that can reanimate. There are some okay options in this pack. Maybe upgrade, because there are some artifacts you might want to kill, and then this is good against creature decks. Elspeth Nightmare is a little bit of more disruption. Grey Merchant, I think it's gonna be, and the inscription is quite slow. I'm not caring about this. I'll take the upgrade for now and maybe get the Nightmare back. Something like that. And yeah, this does seem a bit sad now. I don't seem to get the reanimating deck here now. It's definitely just not happening here. I'm taking the land now. I could take like Languish, but it's not gonna be a deck where I care about wiping the board really. So I'll take the Hive of the Eye Tyrant. It's a strict upgrade to the deck. I can replace a land with a basic swamp with something useful. Alright, well there's a Demonic Tutor here. There's some I mean, all these black cheap cards would be okay in a kind of red-black aggressive deck, but I'd rather take the Demonic Tutor. Who knows, maybe I will get to actually do my plan here. Colahan's Command, well, that is too good to be passed here. Otherwise, there is like a Might Triton, which wouldn't be that bad, but this is such a good card for black-red that I'm gonna easily pick it here. And, okay, Blood for Bones, good. I got a thing that can reanimate. That's nice. So, I have only Rakuset now, but with the two things I can use to reanimate and also the Demonic Tutor to find me a missing piece of the synergy package, I can just pick some random big creatures I might want to reanimate. So let's see if I get past any of that. Alright, so Valky. Well, it's a fine one. Maybe in some games I actually go to 7 and get to cast the Tibalt. Other than that, it's a playable 2-drop. Thundering Rebuke is more like a sideboard card. I have Upbraid here and play with Fire and the Lightning Axe to kill some creatures at least. And the Colahan's Command can deal a bunch of damage too. Okay, and here I did get the Stitcher's Supplier again. There's also the 6 mana Chandra, but that doesn't really work. That doesn't synergize with my deck at all. I would like it as a sideboard card against some control decks. Very nice against counterspell based decks, but I'll also check the Stitcher's Supplier here now. And okay, Baleful Mastery, there's a reassembling skeleton. I think I like this exile effect slightly more, I'm not sure. If I had a sacrifice deck, this would be fantastic, but I don't, so I don't care about it. This is a destroy target creature basically if you can't cast it with green and white, which is fine as a sideboard card, I guess. Crush the Weak, not necessarily. I mean, it kills too many of my own things that I don't want to play that. Pyromancer, Guardian Idol. I think the Guardian Idol is the better card in this deck. I might be interested in ramping up a bit. The Pyromancer isn't really. I'm gonna be more like a. Hey, this is actually a way to discard cards. Actually, not a bad one at all. But I'm not gonna focus on the kind of a mid-range or aggressive creature deck. I try to get the reanimating thing going on now. Okay, this doesn't matter really. And Grim Initiate, well, there's a LS Non talking about things to reanimate. I'm taking that. That is worth it. I have multiple ways to discard cards: Faithless Looting, Crypt Breaker, and then there's a Lightning Axe, for example. Maybe something else too. Yeah, there's the Seasoned Pyromancer. So I can get rid of this thing, and then I have a couple of things I can use to reanimate and the Demonic Tutor to find some of the missing pieces. So this is easily a card I can basically have this in my hand without it hurting me too much. So it's gonna be the easy pick here. One of the better things to reanimate in this cube. So let's just take it. Okay, how about here? There's Mayhem Devil, but I don't really think my deck is going to do the sacrifice thing. It's not. So it's more like it's a 3 mana 3/3 in this deck. It's pretty much nothing else. Yeah, there's a Blood for Bones, but not a lot of ways to discard things. So it's gonna be like a Stone Cold Servant. Scrounger is not interesting. I'm not going to aggro the opponent out. This can't even block. Vraska's Contempt, Thorolf's Disciple. Maybe it's. I mean, I have one exile spell already. I have more removal picked up. Maybe I'll just take the Serpentis Protection from Multicolor, but I take the Disciple. I mean, hasty random guy. I'm not sure if I'm going to main deck it, but maybe I am. Okay, the Eldest Reborn is one other way to use for reanimating. It is quite slow though, because it's only the chapter 3 that does the thing. There's also Dragonkin Berserker, but I'm actually just taking the Haunted Ridge. I wanna have the perfect mana, and picking the dual land is helping me do that. Yeah, this is such a slow asset reanimator that it's not a high priority here. I actually wouldn't mind having another target for reanimating. 3 targets would be fine. I have 2 now. I wouldn't mind having a third one. And there's a Meat Hook Massacre. This is a really good one, of course, against aggressive decks. There's a Sign in Blood, though. Academy's Awakening wouldn't be that bad. Bloodbraid Marauder being unable to block. Not interesting, actually. I do like the... Well, this is a Crystalline Giant. But anyway, I like this card. It's a quite nice 3-drop. But maybe I'll take either the Sign in Blood or the Meat Hook Massacre. Let's take the card draw spell. That gets me closer to my good things. Okay, nothing to reanimate here, but there's a Chandra Torch of Defiance. This is one of the better cards in the cube. Just overall, whatever you're trying to do, this is, if you're playing red, this is not going to fail you. All the abilities combined are so good. I mean, you will find something useful to do with this most of the time. So, well, it's not even a lot of options for this thing in this pack. Chandra is just a pick here, period. Okay. Now I got some, in the pack 3 I got the sacrifice deck stuff, or some of that at least. But it's too late for that. I have enough removal. I'm just taking the Professor Onyx. It's a way to win 2 6 mana planeswalker that if all else fails, you can just in that case play a very high impact planeswalker and win with that. It seems like I'm not getting a target for reanimating here. There's a couple of decent options. Daredevil and the Emperor Shieldbreaker and also the Malakir Rebirth. Just replaces a land. Fine. I think I don't need... Do I want to have a 2-drop? I don't think so. I'll take the Rebirth. It's a card I can just put to the deck. And oh, there was a reanimating thing. I forgot this is a thing in the cube, but this does require white. And I don't have more than 2 targets. Those will be the targets for my reanimating. So maybe I'll take in here just I don't know, Zariel if I want to sideboard it in. Probably won't be main decking that one. Pelaka Predation, another thing you can cast. I mean, you can just replace a land with that. And here no one cares about the Mayhem Devil. Well, when you open this, when this happens in pack 3, it's a archetype. It's too late to go into that. Well, I don't need it. I'll take the Vraska's Contempt. I'm not gonna play all the removal in the main deck, but at least it's an option. Kazul's Fury, I think that's not such a good one. I don't want to have too many Ender's tapped lands, so maybe I'll just have an Unstable Obelisk, which I also won't be playing though. But Kazul's Fury, yeah, it doesn't seem that great here. I usually don't like the Pelaka Predation that much either, but in cube the opponent will have a lot of high impact cards. Okay, Academy's Awakening is a free. This can also enter untapped if I pay 3 life, so none of this. Oh, hey, there's a Scholar of Lost Rose. The problem is that I don't have anything good to target with it. I'll pick it anyway, but it's normally you could reanimate this, but there's not really. You require instant and sorceries in your graveyard, high impact ones, to be casting for free. And that doesn't really apply to this deck. Okay, so yeah, the removal cards that don't work with the theme. Yeah, this will be staying in the sideboard, and then I will have these in my deck. I think Professor Onyx is good enough that I will be playing this 6-drop here, and then these are the 2 targets for reanimating. I can hardcast Draguset in this deck, but mostly I will try to maybe reanimate it. And here I am not going to play a main deck. Do I care about gaining 2 life more than having the option to... I'm gonna play only one of these, or maybe even neither of them, but at most one of these exile effects. I think the ability to use this at 2 mana is better, so I will cut the Vraska's Contempt now. I will cut the Zariel too. Doesn't really work with the deck that much. I have this as a land, this as a land, and this as a land. Although when you have 3 of these MDFCs, you may be... I mean, I'm probably going to still play at least 15 basic lands. So that would be a total of 18 cards that can be played as lands. Yeah, I will cut the Unstable Obelisk. The Torah of Disciple wouldn't work normally, but I like the fact that it is a hasty 3/3 that can give you some lightning bolts. Never really fail as a card, I don't think so. So it's a kind of an okay card, even though it doesn't really suit the deck. But I'm willing to play it here. I want to have some alternate ways to pressure the opponent and not just have my like Planeswalker or the reanimating plan. They might not work always. And then I will say now that I will play all these 3 cards as lands, and then 15, well, not basic lands, but a total of 15 other lands. I have also non-basic lands I'm willing to play here, and I'm not only willing, but I'm happy to play. But 15 lands in addition to these MDFCs. So that means cutting 2 more cards, and one of the easy cuts is going to be Grim Initiate. Maybe play with fire. How about the 2 drops? No, the rest of the cards I want to keep here. So the play with fire goes away from the main deck. Okay, so the ways. So if I happen to draw LS Known or the Draguseth, I have multiple ways to get rid of them. First is Crypt Breaker. Then there's a Faithless Looting, Lightning Axe. And then there's a Seasoned Pyromancer. And then you can target yourself with the Colahan's command, discard a card. It's a target player discards a card in order to target opponent. Also with Thoughtseize you can target yourself. So I'm not gonna. I mean, of course, I wouldn't ever do this Colahan's command or the Thoughtseize part unless I have also something like a Blood for Bones in my hand. But it's an option to keep in mind. But that was, I think, 4 ways to discard with it. Discard a card to get some additional value. Here I get a 2/2 zombie. Here I get a cheap removal spell. Here I get a fresh card and a 1/1 token, and then of course there is still the, well, there was Faithless Looting, which I get the fresh card there as well. So I think this is the deck, not counting the lands, of course. So this is the main deck with well, I don't know, can I win without doing the reanimating thing? I guess Planeswalkers can win you. I have some creatures, but yeah, to be honest, I won't be able to apply pressure that much. I think I will use the. Now let's see if I want to actually have some other. I mean, Zariel is not the kind of Planeswalker that allows you to win quickly. This is better when you have a bunch of other creatures. So I'm not gonna play this as a win condition kind of a Planeswalker. This is not gonna be good either. So Demonic Pact. No, I will play the Upgrade as a controlling card. Creature or artifact can be destroyed. Well, this is also a Tibalt can be played too, and that can, in some cases, win the game too. So to be honest, I don't think this deck is necessarily that good. It depends maybe on the matchups, because against some matchups I might just get the reanimating plan working with if the opponent doesn't have any disruption. But against decks that have disruption, it's gonna be harder. But maybe I can sideboard in the additional Planeswalker, who knows. Well, at least it'll be an interesting deck, more interesting one than the previous green-white one. That was a pretty straightforward, at least. Alright, so these are the lands I put, and then, I mean, this is now 1, 2, 3, 4 ways to get black mana, and then there are 4 ways to get both black and red mana. And I will want to play, well, I have some mostly black cards, but there's also the Seasoned Pyromancer, which is a double caster, so I don't want to play that low amount of red. So let's put at least the 4 mountains now, and that's now 4 black, 4 red, and 4 for each of them. So that's 8/8 now, and I will of course play. If I add 3 plus 3, that would be like an even amount. I think I will add 2 mountains and then 4 swamps. So now that is 12 ways to get black mana and 10 ways to get red mana. That should be good enough. How many zombies I have? I'm just checking it for the crypt breaker. It's only 2, so the stitched supplier and stitches supplier and crypt breaker, and this can make other tokens. And then I can start drawing cards in some cases. Okay, this is the main deck then. I will keep it. I will play the Pelak Predation as a land now. Now I have 2 pieces here, so I have a Demonic Tutor that can get me anything, and then I have a Faithless Looting, so I only need either a target to reanimate or either a target to reanimate or a way to reanimate, and I can get the other one with the Demonic Tutor. I have the Faithless Looting here to get rid of the thing. Problem, of course, with this hand is that I have no 2-drop unless I'm willing to blindly get... I mean, I can just... No, I can cast this with flashback, so... It's actually quite tough. I don't actually need to do anything now. I just rather wait. I want to see a bit more information about my draws. So I'm gonna pass my turn too, even though I could have cast either of the sorceries there. Okay, Cathar Commando. Well, they're gonna... The Selfless Savior here being a little annoying here. The opponent has a very nice aggressive start. At least I'm on the play here. They didn't wait me to... I mean, they could have cast this as a flash spell. So... well, this gets rid of the Savior and makes them discard a card. That might be good enough. Now, I could also just, you know, attack with the Disciple here. And hope that they will block and use the Savior, and then I can have the Chandra on the next turn or the Colahan's command. But I need to make them waste the Savior first. I don't mind trading the Disciple to the Savior now. At least I get some bolts. It seems that the bolts will be good draws against this deck based on the first 2 cards they have played. So I don't mind having the 4 bolts there as draws. Now this happens, which is what I assumed to happen. Now I also assume they have a 3-mana creature, or not necessarily 3-mana, but some creature here to follow up with. Otherwise, the Chandra would be, of course, fantastic. They have a Midnight Reaper there, so Chandra will not be that good. Which means I could actually Faithless Looting now, because I have 1 land to discard anyway. So if one of the 2 cards, because I'm gonna use the Colahan's command on the Midnight Reaper, there's really not anything else there. Maybe I will play the Faithless Looting now. I will discard the extra land, and then, I mean, if I draw 2 very good cards, well, I'm gonna just have to discard one of them. That's just how it goes. Okay, now this is fine. Lands can go away, and then I will use the Colahan. I use it right away now. They will draw and discard. So I could return a creature to my hand, but I think now, yeah, that's... Do I want them to discard when I have so many? Problem with them Disciple is that I'm not sure if I want to waste mana for it. I want to just rather use the other things. Yeah, I'm gonna make them discard instead. Yeah. They had a good curve out here, 1, 2, 3, with, you know, a 3 power 2-drop, which is gonna cause some trouble, and they get to redraw their thing here too. But I have the Lightning Bolt, I have a Chandra. If I draw a land, I can play them both, unless it's one of the tapped lands. There's a Canyon Slow that will enter tapped. Other than that, well, let's see what I draw. I can still have the reanimating plan if I just draw either a way to a good target to reanimate, or what did they discard, by the way? Restoration Angel. Okay, that's a good one. So their hand must be... I mean, they could play Restoration Angel now, so they have something better than that. Serra the Benevolent. I just want to have a land now. Sadly, that's not the case because I wanted to play both these. And okay, yeah, this is gonna be awkward now. So I can Demonic Tutor, of course, something that deals with the situation, but I have an upgrade. I need to Demonic Tutor something else than the reanimating stuff now. Geez, if I had a land, this actually would have been a good turn with killing the 4/4 and the 1/1. Now I just discarded 2 lands, of course, but well. This won't do much next turn, but they will get +2 loyalty on this thing. So Bolt can still kill it, but I mean, I'm gonna go to such a low life total here. I might have to use the Chandra just to... I mean, I can plus, but they will get +1/+. Nah, that doesn't work. I need to do this. Ah, heck. I can't say I like this. I will bolt the Serra here before it gets to even more loyalty. I will not take any... this doesn't have flying, so I'll just lose my Chandra now, but... That was still a 2-for-1. I had to use 2 cards to get rid of that Serra the Benevolent. Our opponent was having a too good start against me. Why do they main face all this stuff? Okay, Canyon Slow. That's really... Do I have something that exiles? Well, I do have something that exiles. It's the... Yeah, I'm gonna have to Demonic Tutor. Oh, this enters tapped. Okay, well, that was nice. I'm dead. I mean, opponent just had too much pressure all the time. Should I? No, I'm not gonna play this. I will discard it either by cycling or to the Fateless Looting. But I mean, I had no... There was no peace here. Every turn the opponent added to the board something really relevant. And even the turn 1 basically meant that the 3-1 survived the trade here. This was a crazy good curve out from the opponent. My deck is slow and clumsy, so definitely not gonna have good time against this kind of stuff. The turn 2, 3-1 just kept dealing... that it dealt so much damage in there. Okay, sad, but now I have at least knowledge about their deck, and I will play at least the Play with Fire will be played here. How about Perforous Intervention? That is removal on... I can get rid of the Planeswalker too. I should have this. Then there's a Vraska's Contempt. I want to have that. And maybe that target non-land permanent. If it's a... Yeah, I can't pay green-white. This is only a destroy target creature. I'm not sure if that's good enough. And now I have to start figuring out my cuts. Upgrade will be good. I mean, I can just cut the reanimating plan, but it is just a... I mean, less known is great against that deck, so I maybe shouldn't do that. Also, Dracuset is great, so I'm not gonna cut that plan. I will cut something else here. Stitcher's Supplier might not be interesting. Thoughts is even... Sign in Blood. I mean, they are good cards, but... all of this is good. Maybe the Guardian Idol is too slow here. The Disciple... not too interested in the Disciple. I'd rather just have a removal spell. Now I'm thinking about the Mythos of Nethroi. That could also be a removal spell to sideboard in. But I think a 3-mana destroy target creature might not be good enough. I have now enough removal spells here, I think. Okay, let's do it like this. And I was even on the play in that game, but the opponent just had way too effective a curving out. Okay, there's a Demonic Tutor and a Blood for Bones and a Seasoned Pyromancer, so now I have a clear plan in here. I'll just get a... one of the... which one is the correct one actually to have here? I will tutor for either of the reanimating targets. Oh, they went to this. Oh, they misclicked into discard. Oh, unless they have a. No, there's no reanimate in this cube. Oh man, opponent just basically missed both their land drop and discards to hand size now. That is horrible mistake from them. But if I miss my third land drop a couple of times, that also can not matter too much. I didn't, so I'll just play the land now. They might have a way to get this on the battlefield somehow, but I really doubt it. I still need a second red for the seasoned Pyromancer though. Okay, Sign in Blood will be 1, 2, yeah, I will draw cards to find the red mana. There it is. There's no Priest of Oblivion too. So next turn I will Demonic Tutor, probably to something to discard with the Seasoned Pyromancer. I don't know why do they main deck this. Sorry, main phase. This is a good card to main deck, but why would they main phase it? Alright, so very easy turn here. Demonic Tutor into a... Well, both of the reanimating targets are so good. I think the Dracuset is just winning faster, so let's do that. I'm not going to play the Null Priest, of course, because I can kick it. I'm one land away from that. Yeah, I had all this time now because opponent... because of course opponent wasted their turn 1. I will torch system now just to see what happens. What they have here. Oh, they have a Erebos' Intervention. I don't like that. They have a Cleansing Nova, but they also don't have any more lands here. So the Loath is actually not the... Serra and Restoration Angel are annoying both, but I want to maybe kill the... Man, the Erebos' Intervention can mess up with my reanimating plan here. That is really annoying. Now there's a chance that they kill the Seasoned Pyromancer. But if they don't... This is really bad actually. I kind of want to... I mean, I have to take this just in case, because that will make my... Yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. Alright, so I'm gonna discard Dracuset and maybe the land now. Yeah, I will find more lands for the Null Priest. I get 1 token now and... okay, well they are the lands. That's fine. And then next turn I can sacrifice the 1 token for the... Do I have other creature? I guess... Oh, they just conceded there. Oh, and I didn't need... Oh, sorry. I didn't even need to... I mean, use the Blood for Bones now that I had the 6th land for the kicker in here. Does this need... No, this doesn't even target anything, so... Yeah, if you have only 1 creature card in your graveyard, that's it. That's good enough. It is going to enter the battlefield, and then if you have another one, then it goes to my hand. But then again, I can just sacrifice the Pyromancer and return it to my hand too, so that works. If I have only 1 target otherwise. So I didn't see much else here. They have the Kaya here too, but I have a couple of... I mean, both this and the other one, Exile effect, he also... most of my removal works against Planeswalkers. This doesn't... If you don't have green and white for it. So I don't think I'm still taking it. I like the hasty guy against Planeswalkers, but their Planeswalkers is like if they play the Serra, they make a 4/4 token, and then I can't even connect with my 3/3 against that. So maybe I'll just use this deck that I had in the previous game. I don't like the fact that they have the graveyard hate in the Erebos' what's intervention or whatever. I get Demonic Tutor in each of the starting hands, but this is not a keep. It's only a 1-lander. That's a keep. And Baleful Mastery, Thoughts. I want to have the Thoughtseize. I want to have the Upper Rage. So I guess the Baleful Master is the least interesting one. I want to have all these lands too. Do they have one drop? They did not. Should I thought chase right away or on the next turn? I mean, I was thinking about playing the tap land, but it's possible I won't even play this because I draw a third land right away. Cleansing Noah. They have the intervention. They have an adversary which I just kill. Thalia I can also just kill. It will cost more mana, but what do I care about the Cleansing Nova? I actually don't, and I have an opportunity to make them discard. No, sorry, this is a Malakir Rebirth. I'm a fool. It's not a discard. It's not a Pelakka Predation. Anyway, here I'll just get rid of the intervention anyway. They will play Thalia, which is fine. I just have to save... No, actually... Okay, I'm actually gonna do this after all, because they might play this later on, and I don't want to hold up the upgrade forever. They might have their own discard also. I got rid of this, and I can kill this Thalia with upgrade. And this is the kind of... Well, with these lands, I'm not gonna use this as a land, so I'm gonna just do this, and I can't cast anything, so that's fine. Let's see if they have a... Well, they... Okay, be that way. That was lucky. Well, now we'll just upgrade the Midnight Reaper then. Why did they have to draw the perfect thing that draws them another card? Okay, whatever. Just that was annoying. I really was hoping that they have this Cleansing Nova for no reason, and they don't get to draw. Because I saw their hand, I knew they had no other play after I took the adversary away. Okay, Lightning Axe with nothing good to discard. You have to always discard 2 cards for this thing. So I think I'm going to do Seasoned Pyromancer, and I will discard the land. I mean, I could also discard the Blood for Bones, but it's too good if I draw my reanimating things. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna discard the Lightning Axe and the land. If I draw another black, I can... Well, no, this is a 2 mana card. With that said, I should actually just not... I should ignore the Rebirth, I think. It is kind of convenient when they kill this thing, but they might kill it now with the intervention anyway, so I'll just get 2 tokens here. Why not? Okay, that's another way to... Okay then. I can't block the Thalia because this is an instant. They can, even if I quadruple block it, they'll just kill. They use the first strike to kill 2 of these and then kill the Seasoned Pyromancer. They have exactly mana for that. Thalia makes it more expensive, but they can still play it with X equals 2 here now. So I should either take 2 or jump block. I'll choose to take 2 here instead. This will give me 2 other tokens at some point in the game. Well, talk about drawing the wrong half of your cards. Well, actually, I only need a... Sorry, I was wrong. This is exactly what I need here. I have a discard outlet. I have reanimating spell at 2 of them, actually. So I should just kill the Thalia now. I'm not playing the Faithless Looting now. Now I can attack with the Pyromancer. They're gonna get the stuff from the Witch anyway, so I don't really care about it too much. All I need now is a reanimating target. I have 2 of them, and also Demonic Tutor that can fetch 1. And I hope they use the Erebos' intervention before that happens. Yeah, this is a nasty card against my deck, but let's see if they are going to... Yeah, they're gonna kill it. That is fine. Morbid Opportunist. Well, there we have it. Too bad they have this particular card that I cannot deal with right now. But let's first draw some cards. And Pelaka Predation. That'll be good, but I have to discard 2 here. So I have to get rid of the Cleansing Nova before I do any reanimating here. So land goes away. Yep, I kinda need all of the others. I wanna use the Pelaka Predation, but... So what I can do, I can return the Null Priest to my hand with the Blood for Bones. So, sorry, I almost left the LS Node in my hand. What I'm doing here, I'm stupid. Okay, now this is much better. Although, that said... no, I don't have the 6th land, so I'm gonna discard the land and the LS Node. And then I'm gonna make them discard something. At least the Cleansing Nova, if nothing else. And they have... Well, Loath actually doesn't do much here. It's gonna be the Cleansing Nova, because I get to, you know, kill the... Although if they now do the Witch's Vengeance here, oh man, that would be so bad, because I need a creature for the Blood for Bones. If they do the Witch's Vengeance now, that will be horrible. It's just a fatal push to draw a card. That is fine. Okay, good. That was so important. So now what I do, I have the Blood for Bones, which will return the LS Known to battlefield and Seasoned Pyromancer to my hand. Finally I get to do my thing. Am I gonna attack for 1? I'm not gonna take any risks here. So Blood for Bones. Sacrifice this. They get a card, but that's can't help with that. Battlefield, LS Known, hand, Seasoned Pyromancer. And I should play the land because I do have the 6 mana kicker coming up at some point. Now I know I'd have to discard cards to this thing, but maybe there's no rush playing the Pyromancer yet. Did they find a removal spell? Because they didn't have one earlier. The Cleansing Nova was the only way they could use to kill LS Known there. Now I can actually discard the Seasoned Pyromancer with the Faithless Looting and then get it back with the Null Priest of Oblivion. That's also actually something I should consider doing. But yeah, the Morbid Opportunist gives them some cards. If they play Loath and minus it, well, they just get a card. Okay, they do that for a reason I don't know. Why would they play a flash spell again on their turn? Well, Professor Onyx, that is good. Let's first see what they do. They can block with the Resto Angel here, draw a card. So if I use the Faithless Looting now, I can discard the Pyromancer and one of the other 2 cards I draw. Let's do that. Yeah, Play with Fire will be good. I kinda... Well, this is a sweet set of draws, but I have to discard 2, and Pyromancer is the first one, and then Professor Onyx is way too good win game card. This can get me a creature back, so it should be the Contempt, because now I can use the... Because what I think they will be doing now is that they will block with the Resto Angel, and then I can kill the Morbid Opportunist before they get to draw a card. Because if they block with the Angel, they get to draw a card from it. But in that case, I will use my Play with Fire. Okay, they actually chose not to do that. I, in that case, should maybe wait with the Play with Fire. I can always respond with the play with fire to kill the opportunist before they are about to draw any cards. And if they just pass here, I'm going to not use the play with fire. I hope they don't have an exile-based removal on it. That would be annoying. This makes them sacrifice creature with the highest power among creatures they have. Even death. Well, that entered tapped. Okay. I mean, sure, it has flash, but... Oh, it died. I was a fool. I was a fool. I should have responded with the... Okay, well, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I didn't realize this, of course, will die automatically there. Well, I could also exile this, but I might want to reanimate it still, so I'm gonna just do this and draw a card. Actually, I want to draw the 6th land here. Let's just play it. But yeah, they drew a card for... I mean, I shouldn't have let them do that. And they have an exile-based removal there. Oh, man. Now that the fact I let them draw a card is now actually relevant. Hopefully they don't have the kill on the Onyx too, but now they do have...
The essence of life. Well, darn.
Lolth in there, for instance, and they have this and that. Okay, I might just made a mistake. I mean, the one card could have been the Elspeth Conquest to a death there. The one card that, you know, made them get rid of the less known. There's the Lolth. I get to plus this thing. Sign in blood. Okay, let's plus this thing first. Or maybe I get something else to reanimate. One of them in my hand. Well, I do like the Valky here. I have only about 13 cards left in my deck, so I should be careful about decking here out, because this +1 is going to mill me quite a bunch actually. So here it should be the Sign in Blood. Still, it triggers the Mage Craft here, so that is fine. Awakening doesn't do much actually. Not now, I mean it will do later on. Should attack into the... Oh, I have only one. Oh, damn it. Only one black source here. Unless I pay 3 life, which I won't be doing. I'm almost dead actually. This makes my non-creatures more expensive. I think I lose now because they were able to deal with the less known and had still all these cards. Because these are also 2/1 menace guys. It's not... I mean... Okay, maybe they will block with one of them. Although they will get the Lolth back with Elspeth Conqueror's death. Yep. Well, they're not interested in that. They can get something else back too, so...
I will get what I
want. This is miserable. I can't even cast the Valky because it will be 9 mana spell on the next turn, so... Good for them, I guess. Maybe I should have played the Null Priest here. I don't think it matters anymore. I mean, I was very close to winning, but they had Elspeth Conqueror's death they drew there. Because I did clear the way with my discard spell before I played my LS. Or reanimated it rather. But they just happened to draw another thing that can get rid of LS known, so... So... Yeah... Wait a minute, did I make some kind of... Oh... I did. Wait a minute, what the heck? The chapter 2 already resolved there. None of that matters because, I mean, they have a massacre worm here, because why wouldn't they? So they already got the thing back here. Well, I don't even care. I have made some stupid mistakes here. I mean, I really thought it was chapter 2 that's gonna resolve next. That changes things, because I actually can go make the opponent to go to 2 now. Sadly, that's not enough. I have 2 triggers for the Magecraft. Callahan's command. I can deal 2 to them. 2. Yeah, that's 6. I can cast this for x equals 0. Oh, I don't have enough black for that even. Well, I'm gonna plus this. That's the only... Maybe I will find... Well, let's see what I find. Demonic Tutor. Do I have a burn to the face in the deck? I think I had used my Play with Fire. Darn, it's here. That would have actually helped here. I think Demonic Tutor is still the thing that's gonna win here. I mean, not win, but give me a chance to win, because it has the... Okay, let's see. Demonic Tutor, because the Magecraft is gonna, add up. There's a Baleful Mastery, but I'm not having enough. Callahan's command, is this? Oh, this is exactly enough. Wait a minute, when you target... Yeah, this is... Isn't this exactly enough? Man, I have one time out here. Unless they have life gain. Unless they have life gain, that is. Because I can Baleful Mastery with 2 mana here. Yeah. They will get dealt 2 here. That's exact this. Well, the Magecraft here, relevant. Let's see if they can gain life now. Okay. I'm not happy about how the way I played this game, because mostly because I was somehow... Well, first of all, I let them draw a card from the Ebon Death. I should have responded with the kill spell on the Morbid Opportunist before this resolved, when I had LS known on the battlefield. And then I thought this was going to... I mean, I thought it was on chapter 1, when it in fact was already at chapter 2. So I'm not even sure if I deserved to win here, but I did win anyway, so that's it. Okay, what I have here is LS None with no way to do anything to it. I have an upgrade and a Callahan's command and 3 lands. Opponent mulligans, so I'm gonna keep it. I will find something here. I have multiple ways to discard this for value, and I can just also well, no, if I draw a reanimating spell, that's not enough until I discard it. Well, I suppose I can target myself with the discard effect of the command, but okay, is this gonna be mono red? Canyon Slow. I might wanna cycle it. I think I'm going to just play this tapped first and then decide on cycling. If I draw like yet another land, I think I will cycle it. Otherwise, I might play it as a tapped land. Although I actually do want to keep mana up for upgrade here. Skyclave Shade. Well, I will be able to Baleful Mastery that. So I will just use upgrade on something else, or I will cycle this now that I have the 4th land here anyway. 3 colors. I don't like to see these 3 power 2-drops here. I mean, my deck is slow and clumsy. I need more time. But at least they didn't have a... Well, they might still have an instant speed effect, but let's cycle this for now. Okay, well, there is Blood for Bones. So I could... Well, let's see. There's no rush in here. No rush in here, but I kind of don't want to make myself discard a card. But we will see what happens here. There's no guarantee that they don't have removal for LS non because, you know, they play black. It could be anything. Could be anything here. But they choose to not do anything. Well, I don't have to rush here at all. Now I could Baleful Mastery this thing or just play the Blood Mage. I don't want to take too much of damage here. So maybe I will just exile it. Well, that would have been nice to exile too, but okay, Chandra. But actually, I could have killed this with the Operator too, because when they don't have another creature, it's of course very vulnerable in that case. Anyway, I should play the Chandra still. If they don't have anything for one black or white, this is gonna be a fantastic turn for me.
I'm the best fire starter there is.
That worked. Good.
Feel the burn.
This has also Midnight Reaper. Well, I can sure kill it.
It's over when I say it's over.
Can kill it with the Golahan's command. Make them discard a card. Maybe I wanna do it right away. I'm not gonna discard myself. I wait until I draw some actual discard outlet for that thing. There's no rush with the LS non. Okay, discard, deal damage. I do it right away before they untap. They have to discard first before they get to draw from this thing. So let's see what's the card. Is it a land or something useful? And the Rebirth will be used as a spell. So they got rid of a Blood Artist. Okay, they have a sacrifice theme in there. Next turn I can play the Blood Mage, draw a card perhaps from it. They have a Young Pyromancer which I need to kill. I know LS non deals with all of that, but I'm not sure if they're gonna have any better target for upgrade. Okay, this is gonna be a way to discard the LS non. So let's first do this. Draw a card. Then play this and leave the Malapiri Rebirth as a castable spell here. Gearhulk. Going to deal with... I don't want my discard outlet to go away. So the LS non will make that a little I mean, this will be only a 3-2. Of course, if they do have a kill spell on the LS non now, that's gonna be nasty. But okay, land means I can do all this. So discard a card and then use the Blood for Bones. Do I have another creature here? No, but I will sacrifice a creature here. So I can return that to my hand. Actually cancel. I will attack with the Blood Mage first. They are not gonna block, but I'm gonna sacrifice the Blood Mage anyway, so I wanna connect. And if they block, it's even better, because then the Gearhulk is gonna die. But I really don't think they're gonna block. I could have attacked for 4 in the other case, but... Well, no, I wouldn't, because I'm gonna discard that thing. Well, whatever. This happens. Sacrifice this. Submit. To the battlefield. LS non. To the hand. Blood Mage. And now, of course, if they don't have a kill here, I will win otherwise. Okay, that's not only blue and green. I don't care about that. It being a 5-4 doesn't matter, actually. So this is really good. So they need a kill on the LS known, otherwise it's game over. And now they even showed that they have just a land there. I'm gonna first draw 2. I mean, I can use this to kill the opponent, but given my hand, maybe I will first draw 1 though. No, I will just draw 2. I wanna see for what I'm gonna have here. Thoughtseize is useless, but I have some. I can trade it into a zombie. So I should just attack with my guys. They are under pressure. I'm gonna have a win on the next turn. And then I will playing this for black. And I will play this and get token. And then I will use this to discard the Thoughtseize to make another 4/4. And now even if they kill the LS known, I can block this guy. That is a 1/1. And they can't even attack with anything because I have a lethal counter attack otherwise. So that's it. My reanimating plan worked. Well, I guess it worked in the game 3 of the last match too, but now it was a bit closer. I mean, a bit easier for me. The Predator, Midnight Reaper, I wanna exile stuff, so I'm going to put Vraska's Contempt here for sure. Play with Fire works with against the Pyromancer, the Blood Artist. I think I'm gonna have it in the deck too. Don't necessarily care about the Mythos. It's a bit too expensive as a 3 mana destroy target creature. So I'm not. Okay, how about the Perforos's Intervention? It is basically a 2 mana deal 2 mana deal 2 and a 3 mana deal 4. So quite yeah, I think I have enough removal here. Plus I'd need to decide on the stuff to not play. I guess against this deck again, Guardian Idol, not needing any ramping up there. And then I will cut something else. Maybe the Disciple. But the Disciple is giving me bolts. And they are good draws against these cards. So maybe I should keep it this time. Just not sure what is the cut then. I like the Professor Onyx as a high end here. I know cutting a land is something you could do. A Sign in Blood. Something you could do. Valky is good. I can disturb their creature curve with the Valky, so I'm not gonna make that go away. Stitcher's Supplier, okay, that's again maybe a card I don't need to play here. Stitcher's Supplier in this deck is still okay because, for example, it gives me mills something that I could maybe return with the Colahans command. Anyway, this is a keep here because I have the Play with Fire and the Colahans command to deal with their stuff. Oh, also Faithless Looting. Should I do it right away? Because I will discard the LS known and then something else. Maybe there's no rush. I don't really know if I want to discard a land or a spell. Okay, that is. And I also and I wanted to keep mana up for the Play with Fire for their 2-drop. That was a very good reason too. Okay, well, I found something for the Faithless Looting. I don't have anything good to discard with the Lightning Axe anymore, but I guess I can throw away an extra land. I probably will play the Rebirth as a land. I know it's very nice if they're gonna kill one of these things, but I mean, do I even get to reanimate them? I have a few outs for that only. Returning a creature card to my hand isn't really that interesting now. I will kill the Blood Artist though, maybe I'll just make them discard. Although I don't have to hurry up with that. Look at my lands, I should just play the Faithless Looting and draw 2 to discard 2 nonsense lands here. Wow, all of this. Okay. I could almost hardcast the Draguset if I return it with the command. Well, it's still so many turns till that happens. Okay, that is... that doesn't target. Of course they had a Planeswalker there, because why wouldn't they? Ah, that's annoying. Ah. I have ways to deal with stuff in this deck, but they have the wrong threats. I drew another land here even. I can cycle this, but... Well, I can't kill this thing. I will just cycle this. I need to find something. That is something, but that also needs a creature. So this doesn't give me any... Yeah, I need to draw a creature so that I can use the... I wish this targeted Planeswalkers too. Well, I need to maybe kill that thing. I take 1 life lost, I take 3 damage in combat. They get an emblem. No, actually they made it. No, sorry, they made a token. Doesn't matter. Okay, there's... Okay, well, this is interesting now. Because I can of course kick this thing if I draw another land, but I have now discarded so many lands that maybe I never draw it. Because this is really interesting, really. I'm gonna play this land no matter what, but point is... I could also attack with a Hive Tyrant into this thing, but they can double block it, and they might have a removal, so that's a bad plan. I guess if they double blocked, that would be fine, but if they have an upgrade or any removal on it, that would be horrible, and I don't want that to happen. But if I play this now, they might kill it, but then I can get to return it with the Colohan's command and kill something. And if this survives and I don't draw land, I can at least use the Blood for Bones. So I think I'm going to do this as a 2-1, because I have the Colohan's command. If they have an exile-based removal though, that is going to be miserable. That was good. So now I can either kill the Blood Artist or make them discard their final card in their hand. I think the Blood Artist is quite dangerous and I might have to do that. I don't know how good their last card in their hand is gonna be. Are they gonna plus or make a Devil token? I think it might be. If they plus, I'm definitely killing the Blood Artist because I would take quite a bit of damage here. Well, it's only 1, but this will add up in the end. And these things have this irrelevant death trigger too. So I'm gonna kill the Blood Artist. I still take some here. Now I need to draw a land. Well, if I don't draw land, I draw a spell, so it should be good. Alright, this is now all very much fine. Kick this thing and get, of course, the LS non to get rid of the... I don't even lose anything. Because this will be a 4-3, they get to deal 2 damage only. So now... This thing has many, so if they kill LS non, I will still be able to attack with the Meniskai, even if they make a 1 token here. And I have the Blood for Bones still left here to reanimate more stuff if I have one. Okay, they are splashing for a Felidar Retreat. That's... Well, if they have a land, they can... Well, that just dies. Doesn't really do much. They should actually plus this maybe. Anyway, that doesn't matter if they have nothing. Am I gonna keep mana up for the Vraska's Contempt or just attack? I'm gonna just, you know, make them have this and this attack here, and this conveniently kills the Zariel here, so let's get rid of the Disciple. And I'm at 14. Okay, Reanimator for the win. Seems to be the case. Okay, that was one turn to I'm so happy they drew it only now. But it was an Exile based removal, so I can't use my Blood for Bones for that, but I can use it for the Draguseth. I'm just not sure if I want to do that. I don't want to sacrifice this. Oh, but I get this back. Okay, well that is actually true. The Blood for Bones is really good. It is really good. Let's attack for 2 and then do this. So, this goes to battlefield. This goes to my hand. That's how it works. I'll play the land, I guess. And I'm gonna play this with Kicker if they have a kill spell on this. Hopefully it's not an exile-based kill spell. I have a winning attack. I can deal 4 damage to them. Okay, and there's a Demonic Tutor. And then 7 in 7 with the creature. Okay, that's it. So I actually won with the reanimating stuff here. Both matches. Sorry, both games, I mean. Okay, I'm against the MacGyver. And, well, I have 1-drop, 2-drop start here, so why not keep it? Again, an aggressive deck. I don't want to see these. Super annoying, actually. On the draw against 1 mana 2/2, I can of course make a zombie token so that Isamaru can be blocked. I think I will, because the Dusk Legion Zealot isn't gonna be able to block this thing. Are they gonna miss their play this turn? They haven't tapped land here. No, they have 1-drop. Okay, well, in that case, I will in fact just play the Dusk Legion Zealot because I can, you know, block the outside with this thing. If I don't, I mean, if I just play the, do the discard thing, they will probably, well, I'm not sure. I guess I can take the 2 here, it's no big deal. The Seasoned Pyromancer, if I discard, I might even discard the Sign in Blood here, actually. I don't want to take hits here. LS Non will of course be amazing here, but I'm not sure. Oh, well, now I'm sure. I was about to say, I'm not sure if I want to use this now before I have something relevant to discard. Well, now I do have. Opponent discarded a Thalia and an island here. This is rather easy. Pyromancer. I'm just, now that I have the LS known here, I do want to dig into the, you know, I want to dig into the reanimating spells, so I should maybe just discard the mountain here as my second card. I'll get 1 token, but I want to find a way to reanimate this thing, so let's have the card draw spell, even though it is painful. Demonic Tutor, well, that does that, I guess. That does that indeed. It's a bit slow, but I should be getting there. Blood for Bones. Now they play blue, of course, so I wish I had a Thoughtseize. Well, I guess I can draw it still, but they can counter my reanimating spell, that's the problem. But at least I have here a board that, you know, can hold back this opponent's board. I don't mind. Unless they have some massive, they could have some very high impact 4-mana play here. That would make things a lot harder. But look at the board here. After 3 turns, both of us have played 3 turns, and all this stuff is on the board. Both have curved out very nicely. Ranger of Eos. Okay. I mean, they know about the LS known. So if they had a counter spell, would they have tapped out for this thing? I can block with the double block with these things or with the Pyromancer. I think I'd rather block with the Pyromancer here. So now what I can do, I think I will tutor up a thing here. Yeah, I'll do this. So I'll get myself a Blood for Bones. I'll play this tapped. And then I have the Lightning Axe up. And then I just hope... I guess I could have played the untapped land to use the Crypt Breaker, but I actually want to have these black sources. I will... and I want to have the lands too for the Professor Onyx. But all I hope now here is that they do tap out. And the Blood for Bones will just clear the board. That is fantastic. They do leave 1 mana up, but that could just be for the Dauntless Bodyguard. This only means a 4 spike. Okay, now this, I mean, with the Mikaos being as just a 2/2, my LS Non is going to simply... Okay, well that is good. My LS Non isn't going to kill all of the stuff they have. Who is this protecting Mikaos? But it's still gonna be, I mean, it's gonna decrease their board to pretty. So the champion and the outside will die, and I guess I'll kill. Am I gonna kill the Venerated Loxodon even? I don't want to discard the Swamp because of the Professor Onyx, and I don't want to discard the Sign in Blood either, because it's pretty decent with the Professor Onyx. If I draw the cards, I get the Magecraft trigger to gain the life back here. So they will have a 2/1/1/1 and a... Oh, this will die too. Oh, so... And I can use the Lightning Axe later. I'll take the turn here. So who is going to get sacrificed? So I'm gonna get 1 in my hand, 1 in the battlefield. Well, LS will be going to battlefield. I guess I'll take the Pyromancer to my hand then. I can recast it for more tokens. I'll just sacrifice this. No Pact of Negation, although they didn't have 5 mana to pay for it. On the battlefield, this thing. In hand to this thing. And now they have only those. Now there's a chance they get to deal with my LS Non here, of course. But then I will use the Lightning Axe. I think I should attack with both. Yeah. Do I want to actually use the lightning? I think I will wait. Wait first. The Mikaos is quite good though. In adding, spreading the counters, but at least as long as they don't have LS Non dealt with. It's just a 1/1. Okay, that is an 0/1 now. Okay, sure. They can do that. Okay then. Fails looting. Now I have the Professor Onyx up here. What two? They can use these to make the... Now this will die if they use the ability. This is 3 power, 3 power, 1 power. Then I can use the Lightning Axe. If they make some kind of a block. I think I will, with the Lightning Axe, I will do this attack now. And hope they don't have anything for that 1 mana that can mess up my things here. Okay, this is now 10 damage I can deal to them. Okay then, Professor Onyx. Make them discard. They will have to sacrifice one of these. I think it's a bit risky to do that. I'd rather in fact just play the Pyromancer for more creatures. Discard the Swamp and the Faithless Looting. And have mana up for the Lightning Axe. Sign in Blood is also interesting. To discard I will get more tokens, but then again I can use it to deal 2 to them. So let's do it like this. Okay, now this is This is now good stuff. More interaction, even if they deal with the LS known. Of course, they will just lose if they don't get to deal with the LS known. But I'm thinking about how do I win if they do deal with it. Hey, they could have actually put a counter on the Mikais. They didn't. I would have responded with an upgrade there. But they did not put a counter to Mikais. Maybe that's because they didn't want me to respond. They want to be able to spread the counters in case I try to kill it. I guess that's understandable. They're gonna get something copied here. Well, it's not gonna be very good, so be my guest. They can take a welcoming vampire number 2, but it's not going to... Because they could have a Loxodon, but it's just a 2-2, and this thing, you know, is a 3-2, so they get a trigger, but I don't think... I mean, they get 2 1-drops in their hand. I don't know how that's ever gonna help them. That's gonna die if they play it. They get to draw a card from the vampire, but so be it. Now, yep, this is it. So, the reanimating plan is working. It does work very well against these creature decks, of course. I wonder how much counter spells they have. If they have in their sideboard any, they will be sideboarding all of that stuff in. Other than that, it's a blue-white aggressive deck. Look at this 1-drop, 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 2-drop. Yeah, that's a sweet looking deck, but I'm going to of course play with fire once again, and maybe the Vraska's Contempt. It gains me 2 life, and again the Mythos doesn't interest me too much, but this Perforos's Intervention is good. I will get rid of the Stitcher's Supplier, the Guardian Idol, as has been the case in all the other games. Thoughts is kind of something you don't want to too much have against aggressive decks. You know, taking a life loss of 2 is kind of horrible, but again it can just get rid of the 1 card in their hand that is really good for them. I like the Disciple because drawing the counters, the bolts is good, but maybe it is not needed here. I'll just cut the Disciple. Because I'm not even sure if I'm interested in attacking with it, especially on the draw now. I don't think I'm gonna get it back to my deck on the play either. But yeah, keep it. Opponent mulligan, I keep this very nice hand. I can play a Valky into Blood Mage into Chandra. Well, that sets up the mulligan. Now they are back at, you know, same as if they had a 7-card hand. Well, that's gonna affect that. Let's see if they have a creature in their hand that I can temporarily get rid of. Well, they don't. Oh, but their hand isn't really that good now. They have had 3 lands and expertise. Yep, I'll just trade here if they attack. I don't care about either of these guys. And I think I will choose to kill the one that can give protection. They are very far away from Coven, and even if it is a, you know, even if it is a 3/3 lifelinker, I don't think I care about it too much. So let's draw a card from this thing. Yep. Now they had to keep a very awkward hand now.
Let's do this.
Yeah, they mulliganed to 6 and didn't want to go to 5, understandably, and they just drew too many lands here. Tribunal gets rid of Chandra, but it's only one of the threats I have, and the expertise is basically a do-nothing here currently. I can actually return the Valky to my hand and then play it as a Tybalt. That is also a good game plan. I will just draw cards here actually. Demonic Tutor. Well, I don't actually need it. I mean, I'm gonna play the Pyromancer, discard the LS Known. I know I could just discard the Mountain as well. But now they have the bounce spell, something to keep in mind. This goes away. Demonic Tutor, because they can bounce my... Yeah, maybe I'm not gonna even... It kind of feels awkward to do that. Discard the Demonic Tutor. It can get me anything I want, but I also want to hit my land drops for the Valky. Well, let's take the tokens. Let's make them have some kind of a mass removal spell, because I can just win with this board. They can bounce the tokens, but I want them to use the bounce spell before I reanimate my thing here. Now my game plan is rather... Oh, this is also a big attacker. My game plan is now going to involve... well, I'm gonna play into a Settle the Wreckage. If they have that, then they have that. But my game plan is now to use the Colahan's command at the end of their turn, return the Valky and play a 7 mana Tybalt on the next turn, because I have the 7th land here available. I can even hard cast the Lightning Axe, by the way, if they have something that doesn't die to this. I'm not sure if I want them to make them discard. They might have just lands in their hand, but they also seem to have something. They are checking out their graveyard. What can that mean in blue-white? It can mean no today's command. Draw a card. Get that back to battlefield. Sure. Do that. I'll take the 1 here now. I'm most likely going to kill it with the Colahan's command, but let's see. Return creature, deal 2 to any target. So I will return Valky, deal 2 to this thing. Yep, and then I play Tybalt. And let's say they counter Tybalt. What happens next is that, well, they will first of all go to 2. They will go to 7 here. I'll play Tybalt, they maybe counter it. And then I have this very big hasty trample elemental. With 7 mana you can make a 6 power trample haste guy, which is almost enough to win by itself. Well, that was opponent mulliganing and having basically no gameplay there. The game 1 was very good for them, but I was able to do the reanimating thing there. Game 2 was basically non-game on their behalf. So I got to 3 wins without losing. So I got my tokens, and now I just, see how far can I get with this deck. It would be nice to get the 7 wins with the last one. Well, I have 2 lands in here, but both are producing black. This can draw me a card. Valky can be played. I think it's good enough. This enters untapped on turn 2. I can play this without taking any life loss here. So I get to draw a card. I of course need the mountain at some point, but also if I do find it fairly quickly, or any other source that produces red, it's gonna be quite good, and that's exactly what happened. I'm gonna play this now because it's untapped this turn, and then I can play the Thoros Disciple. I actually don't know if I should just... I think I'm gonna do this because there's like a small chance I'm gonna play this as a Tybalt instead. Although I can return it back with the Colahan's command, so maybe I should have played the 2-1 and see if I can disrupt their game plan a bit, but oh well. Let's see if the Disciple can do some work here. They do seem to hold mana up for some kind of removal. It can be something that kills the Disciple. Yep, Heartless act. Okay, I'm gonna do... Well, let's see if I can have a target for the command here. I do. Okay, I will return the... I'm gonna do it right away. They get a card, but I got my card back too. Well, I can kill that thing. They might take the Total's Disciple unless they have another 2 mana removal for it. That's it. And maybe I'll just upgrade and Stitcher's Supply. Okay, they have a Jadar. Well, it is only a 1/1. Oh, there is the Blood for Bones. So do I have a way to discard now? No, not yet. So what I will do is I'm gonna attack for 1. I don't think they're gonna block with either of their stuff. And then I will play the... I'll just play the upgrade here, I think. And a Stitcher Supplier. Maybe I should play my own Valky actually. That is also a thing. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna have 7 mana anytime soon. Plus I still have a way to return with the Blood for Bones if it dies. So I now know what they are hoping. Oh, they are just a removal spell deck. I mean, it's not the best archetype in the cube because you could have... I mean, the Infernal Grasp can be very dead here, but... I mean, this is of course very good now for them. And they have the Vraska's Contempt and the Infernal Grasp that both deal with the Hellish Known. Well, they can attack with the 2/2 here. Expert, I have to discard. Well, I guess I can discard the Hellish Known and then they can decide. But, damn, I have to show them too. Of course, they're not gonna get rid of the Hellish Known. I want to have all of the other cards in here. Well, it's gonna be the Blood Mage because I can return that with the Blood for Bones. I want to kill the Valky here. Although I don't necessarily want to even kill it because they can play it as a Tibalt. Okay, yeah, I think it's they have too much interaction now. This is gonna be hard. Yeah, there's less known. Well, what it does though, it kills their board. So that is not nonsense at all. And now I have a discard outlet for it too. I don't have the land though. That's well, I guess I'll just need to find the land. No blocks, no blocks. Yeah, this is not good because they have so much. I mean, they have their own Colahans command there, which is gonna be a problem. That's really gonna be a problem here. It's annoying how the Jadar can make them deal. Okay, well, that board is not actually such a bad thing for me at all. They can exile that thing from the graveyard, but I can just upgrade it now. Discarding Hellish Known because of the ward cost. And now if I just draw land. That would be pretty fantastic. Untapped land, thank you very much. I would wipe their board. They will get to kill Alesnon, but I will at least wipe their board. Alesnon goes to to the battlefield, and the thing I will sacrifice will go to my hand. I think it's just gonna be the Dusk Legion Zealot, because I'm so far away from 7 mana that I don't need the Valky here. I'd rather draw the card from the Zealot again. And I got my Disciple back too, which is good. Now they will Infernal Grasp the Alesnon. And they have the Colohan's command and the Exile spell still, so it's definitely, I mean, not too amazing, but I also have now a board versus them not having a board. They of course now drew this thing. I need to... Did they have to draw a good creature there? Which can even... I mean, this can be a 4-5 blocker. Alright, alright. I mean, I have the Lightning Axe for it, of course. Well, I just need to grind them out, I guess. Canyon Slow. So, let's have a Dusk Legion Zealot for now. I probably will kill the Knight here by discarding the Fateless Looting, in fact. Then I can cycle the slow. They will take now 3 damage. I'm not going to play the slow. I will either cycle it or use it for the Fateless Looting flashback cost. So they're going to now return something to their hand. They kill that and return the Tybalt. Wait a minute. They are not having 7 mana. Are they really playing this as a 2-1? I guess they are playing it as a 2-1 now. They can get the Disciple. Okay, they just want to get rid of it, but at some point it's going to die again. I have the Eye Tyrant here too. Oh, they can do that. I completely forgot that Tybalt has an activated ability there, and I'm... Okay. Why am I so bad? Why am I so bad? Anyway, I'll play the land now because I actually want to activate the... I want to activate the Hive of the Eye Tyrant, but... I guess I couldn't prevent that from happening in any way. I'll take here 6. Yeah, but they still have the... Sure. Yeah, I don't know what did I think there. I just completely forgot the possibility of there being, you know... The possibility of there being a Tybalt who is... The Valky who can become a 3-3. They have the Vraska's Contempt here too. They have 2 blockers now, so I can't raise them even with the Hive of the Eye Tyrant here. Yep. This is quite bad. Let's see what I draw. Nonsense. That is nonsense. I can make a zombie with the Crypt Breaker, but any kind of multiple blocks will be bad with the Vraska's Contempt being there, so it's really... Yeah, this is... I can jump block the Toral's Disciple. Don't even know what I'm gonna hoping to achieve because they can recast the Ghost Rider if nothing else. Yeah, that's... they basically had too much cards, too much going on there. I mean, I didn't have that. I mean, their cards were better, let's say, because we had access to roughly the same amount of cards, but their cards were just better. And they used them better too, and I didn't realize all the possibilities. I'm not sure if I ever could have played around them, Tybalt becoming a 3-3, or well, the Valky becoming a 3-3 hasty guy. Yeah. And they never even needed to use the Vraskas concept. Of course, the fact that they had, I knew they have in their hand that specific card is that meant that I couldn't play, you know, in a way I wanted to. But still, they never needed that for anything. Alright, so here definitely, again, play with fire, Vraskas Contempt, maybe the Perforos' intervention too. Yeah, I need to kill all this annoying stuff here. And I will lose the Stitches Supplier, I will lose the Guardian Idol, and I will lose... I like the Disciple against that deck, maybe. What would be my final cut in that case? I guess it still is the least useful card, so let's cut that. I don't like the fact they have the Graveyard Trespasser, or what's the thing that can exile stuff from the graveyard. It kind of messes up with my plan to reanimate. I think I'm keeping this. I can use the Lightning Axe to get rid of the Elesh Norn, but I mean this is a 6 mana reanimating spell, so that's not really so good. Sure, let's see what they have. Okay, they have a bunch of stuff. Well, they're gonna change this edict, so it doesn't matter what I'm taking here. Let's take the cheap one. But I'm actually not winning against these cards. Definitely not winning against those cards. I mean, even if I draw all the lands. But that is the least I can do here. I need to draw 3 lands back to back now. Sheoldred. I mean, how do I beat the Sheoldred here? How do I beat the Sheoldred here? All they need to do is go to... Well, I'm getting my lands. There's no point playing the Null Priest here. I need to go to 6. If they don't ever go to 7 mana, well, that's a way to beat the Sheoldred. But they have now the Midnight Reaper here. And then they have the Immerstrom Predator. I mean, look at the cards. I have to deal with all their stuff, and I mean, I guess if I draw if I really draw all these lands back to back, I can make them sacrifice the Immerstrom Predator now. Well, I mean, that was almost good enough, but now it was time to actually draw something that doesn't work, because that would have actually given me a good enough chance to. Yeah, that would have. Now I can just concede because they get to exile all the stuff, and I have nothing going on. They have all this stuff in hand. But yeah, if I drew their 6th land, I think I would have had at least a fighting chance in that game. Okay, that's a 2-lander with... Well, if I draw 1 land, I can have the Blood Mage and the Seasoned Pyromancer, although that one would have to be a red producer. But I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it anyway. because this will draw me another card. Okay, good. So might as well just play this as this and play this Tybalt now, or Valky, I mean. See what I'm up against. Tutelage. Okay. Language. Alright, so not gonna be easy here because of the language. But I can make this into a Sedgemoor, which okay, they have an inscription of ruin, but destroy target creature with mana value 3 or less. Okay, so problem is yeah, I should play the Blood Mage here instead. Yeah, because if I use 3 mana on the Valky, it's not even that great. I only but deal 3 instead of 2. Let's draw a card. Now they have the language, so I must not overextend here, but I guess the Professor Onyx, if I get to resolve without the Disdainful Stroke there, they might just play that to a very Tutelage now, actually. That's something they actually should play now, because otherwise that can actually give me good stuff for the Blood for the Bones. But that didn't happen now. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. If they draw a black source, the language will do its thing. I think this is now the turn when I'm gonna use 3 mana for this to have a slightly bigger thing. I don't want to overextend against the language, so let's just do this. They also do need the second black, which they don't yet have. Okay, that got milled. Well, of course they have it now. And then I have an opportunity to play. I mean, I can't play the Blood for Bones because it needs creatures. I'm just thinking what I'm gonna discard, or am I going to just attack with the Hive of the Eye Tyrant even? They have a little bit too much life for that. But I can get rid of the Siphon Insight. I don't think the Pyromancer is that good. I would discard only lands. I also want to have 2 of these lands for the Professor Onyx, so okay, let's do this thing. At least they won't have that thing now. They will win with milling, of course, because at turn 3 Tutelage is the best turn to play the thing. But they do have a Disdainful Stroke up now, of course. Why wouldn't they? But I'll play this thing now. I will discard the Malaki Rebirth and I think a mountain. Demonic Tutor will be good. But what I'm getting with it, that's really interesting. I could just get the Thoughtseize. I think I will keep the land in my hand because they might make me discard 2 from the inscription. I'll play this and won't be using the Demonic Tutor here now this time at all. I might just wait until they mill a good target for reanimating here. There's not yet anything like that. Ruin Grab, so they're really going deep with the mill. Now I know what they have in their hand. There's still nothing to reanimate. They can leave up mana for Disdainful Stroke and the Vraska's Contempt here. Professor Onyx Plus won't be doing much here actually. It's gonna be a bad card, because I will just take out. So, how do I win here? Null Priest of Oblivion, that can get something, but with mana value 4 or greater, if I pay 6 to this, it still has a mana value of 2, so that is going to resolve. And I can get my Thoral's Disciple here. They can exile it though, but I guess I need to just fight through that stuff. I need to fight through that. That is the best way to use my mana this turn. And if they make me discard with the inscription, and by drawing a land they can do that if it's a swamp. They can kick it with 7 mana. So now the disciple, whatever I do, it's going to get exiled, but I guess I'm gonna make them do it. It's kind of sad that they get to exile it though, because maybe that was a bit greedy, because the thing is that it actually shuffles cards to my deck and it helps against the mill, and now I just realized it and I'm a fool because I did that. Damn. Why do I play badly? I don't deserve to win here. I should have actually made them use the contempt for anything else, because they would have used it. Okay, there is the LS known, which can get... I mean, the LS known won't be... I need to get a Thoughtseize. I need to draw a land and get a Thoughtseize. That's how it goes. Because the Disdainful Stroke will counter a Blood for Bones. Now that did work. Or do I have a Thoughtseize in here, by the way? I actually don't. I still think I'm gonna lose here because I'm gonna get milled to death. But let's try it. I mean, I'm not even sure if I lose here. We will see very soon. I will sacrifice... they will lose the Witch and the 1/1. I mean, I'm gonna attack for a lot. I'm gonna just sacrifice the element. Something will go to my hand too. I can hardcast the Draguseth. But is there something better that with more immediate impact? I can use the Valky, but it's not gonna help me. I mean, I don't have anything that puts more cards to my deck now that my Thoralf is sadly exiled. I shouldn't have made that mistake. I think I will just return the Draguseth. To my hand, I mean. Less known goes to battlefield. Do they have to jump block now? They don't have to jump block now. So problem is, if they draw a land, do I not lose here? Oh, I have the Hive of the Eye Tyrant here, actually. But I will get milled 2 and then 3 if they draw a land, unless it's a Fabled Passage. So I won't be losing on the next turn. Okay, because this is gonna make me... Unless they draw cards, can they return something? Okay, well, let's see now. I mean... I'm gonna go down to 4 cards in my deck, and then if they play a land, I go to 1 card in my deck. Yep, that's 1 card. Can they use the inscription to draw a card? I don't think their creatures draw a card. No, there's only the they can't even return anything. Well, I draw my final card and then I win. 2 to Lush on turn 3. Yeah, that's really nasty. But that was... And they even got the Rune Grab there to mill me a lot. Did they miss a land drop after they played the Rune Grab? It seems like they played a land on each of their turns. I exactly would have drawn this one last card here. And that would have been enough. Actually, what was relevant to that I exiled this Siphon Insight when it was in the graveyard, because this could have made it faster for them to make me deck out. Okay, so what's this game plan then? How much removal do I need? There's not a lot of removal I need. I do want to get rid of the Ruin Grab. Lightning Axe works there. Upgrade works there. Command is always going to be good. Baleful Mastery doesn't seem to be a good one, does it? It can kill the witch though, but I have, I guess, other ways to kill it. I think I want to play more of these Planeswalkers. They're good against Languish, so I'll play the Zariel here. How about the other stuff? I don't want to play the Stitcher Supplier, that mills me. I'll play the Intervention because this is a haste. This is both a kill spell on the Sedgemoor Witch, and this also can be a hasty killer. This thing would make me deal 2 damage per turn and cast some instant or sorcery cards from our graveyard. I don't think that is good enough. Other stuff in here. Anything I wanna not play here? I think I want to play all of this now. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, that's fine too. Mana accelerating here. Okay, Ruin Crab. Well, that's gonna get killed right away. They can return it with the black inscription though, but we'll see. Counterspell? No. That's going to be good. Let's draw. Actually, this could attack for 2. No, I don't have mana for that. If I play the Zealot. I guess if I play the Crypt Breaker, then yeah, but I want to draw my card. Okay, no priest. So no tutelage this time. That's good. Might right. Sure. Milling a Champion of Witch and multiple choice. Okay, that is good. Although they might have a counter spell, but well, then they counter it. I mean, I make them have it. Censor. So be it. Kind of tempted to have a Thoughtseize, but I have only 1 black mana. That is the problem here, of course. Now that's the problem. Maybe I just find a swamp here. Yeah, swamp is the best thing. Sometimes that's what you use a demonic tutor for. Or maybe I should have actually the better one. The Haunted Ridge will enter untapped and also gives me a red mana. And then I can play the Crypt Breaker here. They will get the Champion of Witch though. Into the Royal. Sure. Don't like that. I mean, I could have gotten also the black land, the Reanimated land, but to get rid of this, but they might have some removal for it before it attacks, so not that big of a fan. So what to do here? I'll guess what I do here is just play this again. There's nothing I want to discard with the Crypt Breaker, so maybe I'll just thinking about if I should attack with the Dusk Legion Zealot. Nah. Let's see what they do. Yeah, this thing enters tapped. That's something to keep in mind when you. I mean, I for a moment thought that I could cast the Thorolf's Disciple, but then I couldn't. Okay, that can counter a spell. Don't want to lose any of these. They didn't go for the Champion of Witch there. I guess the Disciple isn't that good here. They have the Death Toucher. Let's do this. If I get a third zombie, I will of course get to start drawing cards from it. That's the reason I wanted to make one. I will draw a card from this thing just to hit my land drops ideally at some point. And I think I will keep mana up for the Colahan's command. I'm not sure I wanna... Well, I'm actually sure I don't wanna discard any of my cards now. Heartless Act on the zombie token. I'm unsure. I didn't have zombies here. That was Vampire Warlock, Vampire Soldier. I couldn't draw a card there. Why did they kill the 2/2 and not the Crypt Breaker though? If I use the Colahan's command, they just use the Hermit to counter it, so not a great idea. I'm not gonna do anything here. Awakening might be good at some point. So is it time to make them have a counter spell on the Null Priest? Of course it's a creature, so it's not counterable by the Hermit here. Yeah, let's kick this. See what they have. They also can have a Languish, but I have here good stuff. Draguseth is, I hear, quite good. So let's see if they have the kill spell on that thing. I will leave this as a castable spell. Vraska's Contempt. Poison the cup. Alright, alright. Well, that can still be returned if I get my Blood for Bones, I guess. But they have the Champion of Witch, which I really don't like here. They get to refill with that. But if they use their 2... Let's see how they scry here. Of course they get the scry because they foretold 1 on top. So they might want to leave an island so that they can cast the Champion of Witch while... Okay, they can have a Gunti too. Alright. But now I can cast the Colahan's command without... and I'm able to pay the tax here. I really want them to lose this Champion of Witch, but it's not gonna happen. Okay then. Can't cast this because of the Hermit here. I can make them discard a card, but I can also just rather return a Thorolf's Disciple here. I think what I'm gonna do now is simply just start doing... I'm going to return a creature and deal 2. And I'm gonna return the... I mean, it would be interesting to return the Draguseth actually. Because I can cast it if I draw 1. Well, that's actually true. Let's take the Draguseth. I can cast it and I kill the, I don't know, Triton here. And I can still just... I can actually attack with the Null Priest of Oblivion. Trade with the Hermit, and then if that trades with the Hermit, I can use the Purpose Intervention to deal with the Gunti. Now I can use this and make them sacrifice this thing. I guess it's something I can do rather than not do anything. X equals 2, so it's twice X, which means that it's gonna get 4 damage dealt to it. Okay, if they do counter that, that means my Professor Onyx is free to go. I hope the card they found with the Gunti is not LS known, because that would wipe my board. I can play the... Okay, they actually did have it. Wow. They need to... Oh, this is not gonna work the way I want it to. Highest power among creatures. So they got my Election on there. I could cast the Dracuset now, but I'm taking... This is gonna be a 5-5. I mean, I have to do it, but this is literally most horrible thing there is. Because the highest power means that they can sacrifice the Conti now that this doesn't get pumped here. Jeez. Talk about the downer here. I mean, they kill me with my own Elesnon because of the Conti hit that particular card. I had such a good game plan here going on. I had such a good game plan here, but I won't be able to win this race unless I find a kill spell on this. But I think I sideboarded out my kill spells. They get to draw 6 and discard 2. Yep. Well, okay then. Sure, have it that way. I can block the 4-7, but I'll still take 4 here. Because this has Death Touch. Sign in Blood. Yeah, I can make them sacrifice the 6-6, but it's just... Nope, I need to kill this. Then I would... I mean, if I would be able to kill it, both of these guys would die. Because this would be a 4-4, this would be a 2-3. This attacks, deals 4 here, 3 here, 3 to the opponent. Opponent goes to 10. But, I'm happy I got my 3 draft tokens because this game loss was annoying as heck. Now they have the Champion of Witch. I kinda want to exile it. So maybe I'll play the Baleful Mastery after all. Did I see there's the Conti? Damn, that Conti was annoying. Alright. Let's just cut something now. What am I even going to cut? Maybe the Guardian Idol. They had to hit the Elation on. I mean, I had such a nice game plan because I had you saw the board I had. If they had something like a Languish, they could wipe my board, but then I could still use the cards in my hand there. Okay, this is fine because I have the card draw spell. Jeez, that's a lot of land. I guess I can start making 2/2s. Well, definitely no need to use Demonic Tutor. I don't even know what I need here in this case. I have a lot of... Okay, you can take an Elation on there, will you? Well. I guess I'm forced them to kill the Crypt Breaker here now. They could have just a Languish, of course, deal with the stuff I have. I'll cycle the Canyon Slow most likely, but I'll first see what they have. They can play this Siphon Insight, of course. Why didn't I attack with the 2/2? Now that's a question I have no answer for. I'm not gonna. Maybe I thought I can tap these to draw a card, but of course I can't do it yet. So they should be at 17. So again, I made a stupid mistake here, which 2 damage can matter. I should have attacked with this guy. Okay, now they need to deal with the Crypt Breaker during this turn. Otherwise, I can start drawing cards from my zombies. Well, they are thinking I pause in the meanwhile. Okay, they are tapping mana now. They have a Midnight Clock. Okay, no Languish. Cycle. And okay, there's a mountain to discard. I'm The crypt breaker was very relevant here because otherwise I would have just flooded out so hard here. Now they can bounce a token. Okay, they don't, so now I get to start drawing cards. I could also start attacking, but I need to cancel this, by the way. I'm gonna make yet another zombie because of it. I drew yet another land. And I mean, they have now a window to... They have now a window to use a bounce spell still. But then I get to attack for 4. And now I will tap these zombies. Well, that was still a... I could get a Thoughtseize with the Demonic Tutor, but I'm not even sure I care about that. They bounce that thing, sure. Why now? Why not in response to me making the token there? Okay. Are they gonna play something? Finally, they haven't really done much here. They have played the Siphon Insight, Midnight Clock, into the Royal. Not that I'm really pressuring them much. I could have attacked, but I chose to draw cards instead. That I can try to kill with the intervention. Okay, now I'll just draw a card. Now that's a good one. So x equals... I'll just play this. Deal x equals 1, it will deal 2 damage. And if they counter this, I need to Demonic Tutor for another removal spell, which I think I have. I have an upgrade, at least. So I have a lot of good cards I could get to, but I need to get the removal. I wish I had 1 more mana for the Colohan's command. Upgrade can also get rid of the artifact they have, and that's gonna be a problem. But I guess the Colohan's command could have... imagine if I had 1 more mana here now. I could kill this artifact and the Thief of Hope here. But I played my land already. And this is entering tapped anyway, but... Yeah, I think it's gonna be the upgrade now. I actually should have... Damn. I had the opportunity to see what... I think I saw an LS known there, but I should have paid more attention to what I'm missing in the deck, because there are 2 cards I don't know about that are from my deck. Sad. Now they exiled that thing. Alright, alright. They are gonna have a disdainful stroke, most likely. I'm going to... First of all, I'm just gonna finally attack with... They should be at 17 because I missed 1 attack for 2 damage. Hopefully that will not matter here. But now, my plan is that if I play this, I have no other play for this turn. I'd rather make them use the disdainful stroke, and then I probably will play this Pelaka Predation as a land to cast the Draguseth on the next turn. Force them to have... Okay, they have that. Alright. I forced them to have an out for the Draguseth. It could still be a disdainful stroke, but I need to... I mean, they will actually get to do things with this annoying thing, but... They get to completely... Yeah, I need to draw a Colohan's command too. That would help against that. That would be actually a huge draw. That was from me. Okay, they get to draw a card from that thing. So if they have a Vraska's Contempt, Disdainful Stroke, yeah, that's too much stuff they can have to deal with this. But my hands are really tight here. I mean, I can't just let them do this thing, because they can start adding counters manually to this thing. I will just lose when they get to draw 7. Scarab card, alright, well, that is something for which I need an exile-based removal. They will get something from my or their own graveyard. My graveyard doesn't have creatures now. They have a Thief of Sanity, which I can kill with the Draguset. So it is true that if they don't have an answer for Draguset, I will have a chance here. But of course, if they kill it, I couldn't even leave mana up for this thing. So they can exile it. Well, this wouldn't even work against a Vraska's Contempt. So they can get a Thief of Sanity, but it will be a 4/4, which I can deal with the Draguset here. Okay, well that can find them the answer for Draguset. Okay, it actually found nothing. Good. One card I don't know about. Is that going to be it? Well, I have nothing in my graveyard, so Null Priest isn't doing nothing right now. So I can't just kill the Scarab card. Then they have to respond with the ability there. And because I'm not going to use the Null Priest this turn, I can use 6 mana for this, and then I have mana up for the Rebirth anyway. So they have to recast. Of course, this will return to their hand, but they have to recast it. It will take some time. They didn't even use the ability. Well, I guess that does make sense. But now I can attack with everything, and this is lethal attack. When 4 damage to them, 3 to these guys. This is a lethal attack. So they have to have something for the Draguset now. I guess it was lethal anyway. Even if they got the Thief of Hope, I could put the 4 damage there. Oh, but then the attack wouldn't have been... Yeah, actually... They could have gotten the... Sorry, not the Thief of Hope. Thief of Sanity. If they exile it, then I have to point the 4 damage to the Thief of Sanity. And then they would be at 3 life here still. Well, Draguset, hard cast, won the game and the match. So for the first time in the Decathlon Finals, I got the 4 wins. I got my gold medal sleeve now. Maybe I get the 4 mythic wildcards next. Three lands. Yeah, this is fine. I need the second red here, but this is still okay. I think I'm going to play the Predation right away. Then I won't have mana up for the upgrade on turn 2 though. Oh, but I'm gonna play the Null Priest on... Okay, they have a Sphinx of Foresight. They have a Yorion deck with 60 cards, alright, so... I think I'm gonna aggro them out. I'll play the Null Priest on turn 2. And hope to get my mana for the Chandra, which actually would allow me to hardcast the Draguset. Quite easily, in fact. So do this while it enters. And I did draw now the second red. So now I have an upgrade into Chandra. But of course, opponent playing blue means that they can have a counter spells. So ideally they just they play some kind of an artifact next turn. That would be great. Cathar Commando. Well, I can take the 3 here. I will upgrade it end of turn though. If they have nothing else. The Faceless Agent. Okay, that kills. Okay, Chandra will kill one of them, and the upgrade kills one of them. This is good. This is good stuff here. Now they can play the Sphinx, which can kill Chandra, but before that happens, Chandra can allow me to cast the Dracuset on the next turn. So they need to then deal with the Dracuset.
This'll be easy.
This has many, so I can continue the attacks. If they don't get to kill Dracuset, they don't have kill on the Chandra either, but of course if they do, then they get to attack to Chandra, and I will not be in a good shape because they have so many cards and I have drawn so many lands. I do at least have the Hive of the Eye Tyrant here. And there it is. There it is. I now need to draw some other than lands here because I was able to, I mean, most of the draws in here were lands. Okay, so I get to replace these with some other cards. No tokens, but at least I get to, okay, Faithless Looting. Not the greatest there, but Sphinx of Foresight. They still have these 4 cards. I think I'm just not my deck is not good enough now in this game. The Marauder isn't a big threat though. I still have a Menace 2 power creature. Okay, well, I could. Let's just Faithless Looting. Well, I think I'll... I mean, I can trade the Hive of the Eye Tyrant to the Sphinx of Foresight. I don't really like that. But at least I get to attack with the Null Priest of Oblivion then, because both have Menace. I guess I could also attack with the Seasoned Pyromancer, because, yeah, that makes maybe... Oh, I mean, they have the Mindstone Sacrifice up, so... Actually, that's what I'm gonna do. The Pyromancer is useful in the graveyard, so now they will... if they just block the Pyromancer with the Sphinx, they take 5 damage at least. And I get to still, you know, trade with the Warkite Marauder. So this blocks this kill. Yeah, this is fine. It's a trade on the Marauder still. And they go down to 8, which... Well, I suppose... they have more card draw. Darn. I wonder, I mean, the quality of the cards I've seen so far, it's quite decent still. They play 60 cards in limited, but of course in Cube, if you have an open archetype, it shouldn't be that big of a problem. Thoughtseize, well, fine, let's see what they have. They didn't put Orion to their hand, so they have something here that they might want to cast. Neutralize. Sure. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna make them... this is not good, but I get 4 bolts to my deck and they will go to 6. So there's like a very small game plan if they don't have any... if they don't have life gain and more counter spells, I can draw 2 bolts and win with that. Okay, I have a Colahan's command for that. Okay, they are actually trying to... Oh, that's also good, but... Well, I guess they're gonna just try to protect the... They're gonna just try to protect the Platinum Angel. They are willing to go down to negative life total, I guess. But I have a Colahan's command. Do I have an upgrade here? Yeah, well, it's already in the deck. They get to keep the, I don't know, Hallowed Fountain. If they want to play it untapped, at least they have to pay 2 life for that. Man o' War. Okay. Sure thing. Sadly, the Professor Onyx is not good enough to kill the Sphinx of Foresight here. I don't need the Stitcher Supplier here. think I could have done this pre-combat too, but oh well. This goes away and the supplier goes away. I will draw 2 cards. I could make them go to 2 life, but it doesn't even matter because, well, first of all, 2 is enough to survive, and I don't have an answer for the Platinum Angel, which I need to find before I die. And I die in probably 2 turns. Probably 2 turns is enough. Yeah. Overwhelming Spell Ender. Sure, I will jump block here. Creatures have no abilities. I will lose on the next turn. Onyx can make them sacrifice. No, game is over. It seems like I had like no chance there. I mean, they had low life total, but they were in no danger there, despite that. So they just had the good stuff. I did draw a bunch of lands there. They had the Conclave Tribunal to kill my blocker so that they could attack into Chandra with the Sphinx of Foresight. So that was nasty. Alright, so blue and white has some counter spells, but have some early play to Mana War, Planeswalkers. I feel like I want to have the Vraska's Contempt to deal with the Ajorian, for instance. And I will cut just the Stitches supplier. I think even though I have like a very slight reanimating team, it's not that good, despite it maybe giving me something to pick up with the Callahan's command. But maybe it just shouldn't be played at all. I'm not sure. Then something else. Kind of like the Guardian Idol still, but maybe I want to just have access to more removal. I'll take the intervention here. Probably not the Archduke here. Play with fire. I'll have it like this. That's again a 2-lander. This time, well, I have the Blood for Bones, Lightning Axe, and the Draguzeth, so I'm gonna go for it. What I can do here is I can start making zombies with the Crypt Breaker. And that's what I'm going to do. Because I mean, I need to try to draw some cards at least. Sure. Well, that's not a zombie. Okay, I'd rather try to draw a land right now. Okay, so... I'm not gonna kill this thing with Lightning Axe. I'm not gonna deal enough damage with these things. Okay, maybe now if they... Yeah, I'm gonna do it now actually. I don't want them to get another... Oh, they choose to scry too. Well, in that case... Let's forget about that. If I draw a land, I actually have the Draguzeth coming up. But I think I can do it later on too. This allows me to see what they have. But I also want to just draw a card to... Yeah, I'm gonna draw a card here to get my land drop first. That's the first priority. And yes, that is a land drop I'm gonna have here. And then the Valky. Well, I guess I'll just trade here. If I draw a land, I can do the Lightning Axe into Blood for Bones. I just would want to see first what's in their hand. That is actually more important, because if they have a removal effect on the Draguzeth, it's all for nothing. So let's see what they have. Okay, they have a... That's nothing. That is nothing indeed, so... I actually just discarded Draguzeth to the Crypt Breaker in end of turn. They have a Jorian which they can... Yeah, well... Doesn't matter really. now I will... well, actually, don't even need the Blood for Bones now. I can just use the Null Priest here. And now if they Jorion up, I will just kill it with the Lightning Axe. They get to do these things, but they don't even care that they will lose their stuff. And okay, well, that worked now. So against the Platinum Angel, I just make sure that I have a bunch of removal. Maybe, I mean, Lightning Axe, Perforous Intervention, the Exile effects. I have an upgrade for it, and a Colahan's Command. I don't think I need the Mythos of Nethroi just because of that. Although the Mythos can kill the Jorion too. Maybe I will rethink about my plan here. I don't need to play with fire, I don't think. But what would I cut if I don't? If I put the Mythos of Nethroi in? I think I like my cards too much. They are... Maybe the Seasoned Pyromancer is the least useful one, but it is still a useful creature. I think I have enough removal here. This is another very long video, but this best of... Usually best of 3... I mean, I guess Arena Opens and Qualifier Weekends are a thing, but other kind of best of 3 events are so that you play up to 5 match wins or 2 match losses. Okay, I have 3 lands in here. That's good enough. Let's first play this, which is always tapped. Stow away. That's gonna die, I think, immediately. Oh, I don't have an immediately untapped land though, so because I need obviously red for that, and this enters tapped. So let's make them. At least I have a spell, so it won't be a card drawer now. They can only loot with it. And I can kill it with Colahan's Command, although... well, let's see what they play. Okay, they try that. If they have a counter spell for my thing, I can at least play it on their upkeep. I can't double spell here, so I can't make it back to... day now, so I'll just go to their upkeep and use make them discard and deal 2 damage. They discard and this gets dealt damage, and let's see if they counter that. If they do, they get to draw a card from the werewolf. But that resolved. Good. Cosmos Elixir. Well, that I'm gonna upgrade. It's gonna be way too annoying here to deal with. And I will just play the Rebirth as a land, I think. I still need a red for this thing. Well, there it is. So what I can do, I can discard LS Known, and then I need to discard something else too. I have a Demonic Tutor here. That will be useful. I mean, I have to play the red so I can cast this. I guess it's gonna be the Academy's Awakening and the LS Known. This is my 6th land, but I also don't wanna discard these things, so I will draw 2 new cards. That is, of course, it's quite easy to draw another land with this, plus the next draw step, like I said. I think I'm actually going to get a Thoughtseize, maybe. No, I'm just playing this guy. Because next turn I couldn't, even with the Thoughtseize, I couldn't play the Thoughtseize and the Null Priest, because I would need 1 extra mana for that. I can only play a 6th land on the next turn. Warkite Marauder, well, that is not Okay, that's... They're gonna scry for a couple of points, but now I can just... I mean, I can wipe their board. They don't have a counterspell or anything. Well, I won't wipe that thing, but... Oh, look at what I drew here. So, do I want to return? No. Oh, if they have a Force Spike. Okay, this is kind of the point where I should play around the Force Spike. Well, Mana Tithe, actually. Yeah, so I will sacrifice them. Dusk Legion Zealot, I think, so I can redraw with it. Yeah, I don't wanna play into Mana Tithe when I can avoid it. So I sacrifice this thing. This goes to battlefield. This goes to hand, and I have a massive board now, and I can also just play the Dusk Legion Zealot. If they have a Wrath effect, then I just, you know, recast to get this Elesionon back with the Null Priest here. If they don't, they just lost the game. Scry to top bottom, that is good. Cloud Blazer is not going to be anywhere near enough. Well, at least I have done the stuff with my reanimating things. I have won more than a couple of games with the reanimating spells. So I think I got my 5th win. It's the wild cards, the mythic wild cards. And I have only one loss here. Maybe I go all the way now. So the next win is going to give the Chase the Mind Sculptor avatar, which I don't think I'm gonna use because I like the Ajani. With Faithless Looting I already have the Blood for Bones here. I only need to find one of the 2 reanimating targets or a Demonic Tutor that can also find it. And I have here extra lands, so I can just discard lands to this. Of course, this is card disadvantage. Opponent does mulligan though, but I have a powerful turn 4 play here coming up. I think this is a reasonable keep. So I will definitely be able to discard just one land, and if I draw any more lands with the Faithless Looting, I can discard that. If I draw something I want to discard, like Elesionon or the Dracuseth, that's even better. I could wait for next turn, but I might draw even a 2-drop here. Well, look at this. This is perfect. I need a creature to be able to do the Blood for Bones thing, but... And again, I'm facing blue. With the land, I should actually just cycle that Canyon Slow. So counterspells are a thing against this opponent, which makes things a little bit less nice. Okay, look at these lands. I can just play the Faithless Looting and not even care about it. Because I can just discard 2 lands. Not really. Okay, this is gonna be good. I wish I drew it for this turn though, so I could see what they have. Because I don't really like the fact that I might... I wanna see what they have first, then I will play the Chandra. Well, that did its job, I guess. Let's see how many other counterspells they are gonna have. Ideally they just play some creature that dies to 4 damage, and that would be great. Okay, that is 5 colors already. So, not much to do here, other than play this so that I don't get countered by a sensor. And see if this resolves. It does. Sadly, I don't have anything to do here with my...
I know. I am hot, aren't I?
Well, let's deal 2 damage to them, or maybe draw a 1 mana spell. Oh, that would have been nice to have, but... Now they need to kill this. They might easily have something that deals with the Planeswalker. And that's that. And I have a Tibalt here, which I'm gonna play because, I mean, as a Valky, because I get to see what's there in their hand, and I also get to Okay, they have a Lear. I also have something for the Blood for Bones. But they have a Discover the Formula, which is annoying. Really annoying. I can make them get rid of the Lear. They can get the card back with that thing though. It is currently... They don't have double green though. I mean, if you play 5 colors, it's not so easy to have those double casters. They're gonna play the Discover anyway. But I should make a Lear for myself, because then I can start casting. With 5 mana I can make this into a Lear. Command doesn't do much now, so I'm not gonna do that. I have here like a one spell I can cast, but it's a good one. It will take a couple of turns. First I need to spend 5 mana for this, and then I need to... Yeah, I don't want to make them discard, because they can just discard the Eternalize card. They don't even care. Okay. 5 mana here. Hoping they only plan to play the Discover here. I'm gonna just make this into a 5/5. I couldn't play the Guardian Idol. Remember, it also enters tapped, so I would have needed 7 mana for that to work. And then I at least can recast the Pelak Predation, unless... I mean, they get 3 non-lands here, and I'm definitely not in a good shape. But if the less known works... Well, at least I get to see their hand unless they deal with this thing now. Which is not necessarily that hard now that they got a lot of fresh cards there. But they are thinking about things, so I will pause again. Professor Onyx, alright. Why not? Why not a Professor Onyx?
It was going to die eventually anyway.
Which I can... Any target, I can kill it. And I can return the Valky also. I get to see their hand again and all that. And now this enters tapped, so I can't, even though I have 3 mana, I can't play this and the Valky. Now I know there's a Tybalt here too, but I honestly want to see what they have in their hand. The Tybalt might be not very useful. They have the double green for this Timeless Witness now. But if I play the Guardian Idol, I can play a Tybalt. That is something. I can play it on the next turn, I mean. But no, I will play Valky here. See what they have. Exile some creature. Maybe the Lear again. Infernal Grasp, okay. No such luck. Well, I mean, they're gonna kill it anyway. It doesn't matter which I'm gonna do here, but I might as well take the Lear here. But if they use the Infernal... No. They can kill the less known with the Infernal Grasp after you know, Lear has... Lear allows it to be recast, and the upgrade cannot kill a Lear, so I need to have a removal spell on the Lear first. A really annoying card. They can also return the Discover back with the Timeless Witness. I'm not gonna beat this 5 color deck if I have this low of a start. They had the Banishing Light for the Chandra, and I drew a lot of lands in the start, even though I got to discard most of them for value. It's not very good. But if I get a kill spell on the Lear, that does allow me to... But they can still use the Timeless Witness to return the Infernal Grasp. I simply won't be winning with a single LS known here. That's just not going to happen in this game. Onyx works nicely. That's also probably better than the Discover here. So I'll just draw some cards and then concede probably. I won't be beating all the stuff they have here. Demonic Tutor though. I can get Thoughtseize. But problem is I still need to deal with both Professor Onyx and the Leer. But I guess the Onyx is the nastier one, so... Yeah, the Onyx really needs to be dealt with. That's completely winning the game for them. Now this must not die because they get to Eternalize and return again. Card. Yeah, this all of the cards, I mean, not so many of the cards have provided them value that it's very hard to try to cope here. They can bounce the Witness and okay, I'm actually, this is a long video already. I know I'm gonna lose this game. They have so many threats here. I won't be winning them with drawing just one card a turn. So I just try to go to the next game because this is going to this event is wearing me out already, and even if I lose this match, there's still at least one match left. So again, the Stitcher's Supplier goes away, and I think I need all my removal spells. This, and then I do play the Zariel against such an archetype, and I think the well, no, I do like all these now. I actually like even the Guardian Idol. Upgrade should be good enough. I saw there enough things that... What did I? Actually, it's not gonna be that great. I'll cut the upgrade. I'll have the removal that can kill the Leer. That is important. To be able to kill a Leer. So this is the deck. Okay, I got nothing going on for now, but the Dusk Legion Zealot gives me at least an additional draw here. Okay, come on, opponent. Play a land. Well, I'll pause. Finally. That's going to be just a creature. I get to at least keep the Malaki Rebirth up. I mean, it's always going to be a creature, but it's going to be just a 2-mana menace creature. Okay, the black, green, blue, black. They are missing 2 colors still. Infernal Grasp here, I hope they have that. So I get to use my Rebirth in that case. That works too. They also lose 2 life here. They go to 17, then I attack them to 14. Crypt Breaker will be useful. Of course, mass removal will be nasty, but I do have the Academ's Awakening, which actually can return 2 of these. One mana card, which is this, and then one 2 mana card, which is gonna be either of those. And I can kill the first thing they can drop here as a blocker. Now they have a 4th color available. They get a copy of that thing. Sure, I will exile it. I don't want them to have a life gainer. That's only 4 damage a turn I'm dealing here now. I didn't have mana for this, but at least this has menace, so it can deal some. It's harder to block. Blood Mage gives a token, I guess. Then I can use the Academy's Awakening here. Oh, that's going to be very good as well. In that case, I'm going to actually... just attack with everyone and then play the Zariel. Get a... I hope they don't have like a disdainful stroke there, but... oh, they're gonna take the damage from the Null Priest. Okay, don't have a disdainful stroke, or you know there are other counter spells too. Like a memory lapse could be there too, but we will see it now. Okay.
Expect to feel that my army ever grows.
This gives +1/+0 and haste to each of my creatures, so if I draw a creature I will be able to attack with it if Zariel survives. Okay, that isn't actually going to be very good. They can make me sacrifice the Null Priest here. But then I will be able to kill the... okay, well this... oh man, this gets me 2 creatures. Is this a lethal attack? I think it might be. First of all, I could also return to... yeah, I could use the Academy's Awakening too. But I think it's a lethal attack no matter what, because all of my creatures will be dealing at least... no, it's only a matter of which one which card do I want to show to them. I think the Kalos Blood Mage is kind of the less... I mean, I don't want to show them that I have the Awakening, although did they see it already? I guess it doesn't matter. They can block one of these and they will take at least 6. They block the 3 power guy and take exactly 6. Yep. Okay, Zariel relevant. And indeed, I didn't need to draw the Blood Mage because I had enough mana to return the Null Priest and the Crypt Breaker by playing the Awakening with X equals 2. I had the triple black here, and then I would have a 1/1 and a 2/1 menace, which would get haste and +1 and +0, and that's still lethal. Okay, so the 5-color deck, of course, will have some difficulties in answering a fast start. Now I'm thinking about here, should I play the Dragon Master Outcast? I haven't sideboarded it in against any deck, but this is the kind of card that requires a removal spell, or I can have a massive amount of big flyers. It's kind of interesting. I think I'll play it in this instead of the Guardian Idol. Let's do that. Because that gives me one way to maybe still win in the late game. Well, that's totally a mulligan hand. Here I don't need the Faithless Looting here. It could draw me some lands, but I'm gonna just hope to draw them naturally here. I have a 1-drop, 2-drop start at least here. If I draw the second red, that will be actually quite fantastic. Now if I did draw it, I could play the Chandra, this into Chandra. Well, let's see if I get that lucky. We're gonna discard the Swamp here. Unless they play something that I need to exile. Yeah. I think I would have won with the mountain there, because I would have played this and then the next turn I would have played the Chandra Torch of Defiance. But now that it didn't happen, the opponent is already... they have all the colors, they have a card from this thing, at least 6 mana, probably 7 if they have a land, and yeah. Oh well, oh well. I tried. I need to draw the mountain. I can kill this, but if they counter it, I'm not even sure if I have the patience to continue with this game, because they obviously most of their cards are just so good when they have this much of mana available. They are at 17. There's no way I can pressure them. They already got a 2-for-1 here. So if I can't get my own 2-for-1 with the Chandra, I don't even care about the 2-2. It doesn't do much here. I guess if I get to kill this, I would have been able to attack for 4. Maybe it was a mistake, but I don't really want to maybe discard any of these. Maybe the Pyromancer could have done that. Well, that's still just... But yeah, they have 3 cards in hand, plus the whatever they picked from me. I assume that's gonna be... yeah. I can contempt that, but they still get to do the plus here, exile the top card, so they get to play these things, discover and the Canyon Slow. Really, and I don't need to rebirth, but I guess I'll play it anyway. I still haven't found my second red. I had this in my starting hand. And I had this in my starting hand too. So I just have literally not drawn a red source at all. Yeah, they just reset their hand totally. They have actually 7 cards in their hand, and they have still these 2 mana available. So even if I get to resolve a Chandra here, how likely is it that I'm gonna actually win the game? And I'm gonna auto-concede if this gets countered. I'm already here. Okay, I didn't have to concede right yet. Maybe I will concede on the next turn then. Because with the cards they have... Well, I mean... I have to see how it goes. I can return the Null Priest to my hand with the Blood for Bones. I don't have anything good to reanimate straight to the battlefield right now. The Crypt Breaker isn't that interesting. But let's first see if Chandra is going to survive. They have a Timeless Witness on one of the numerous cards they have here, Mythos of Netroi. Okay, they get approach, they can win with that. So here I will simply... see what I draw. I land. Deal damage. They are at 18. So my game plan here now is to sacrifice the... They get to cast this with Eternalize. It's also cheaper to cast. Okay, I'm gonna sack this and I'm going to return it to the battlefield and put the Null Priest to my hand. This is actually just insane. I shouldn't have done that. Probably. I can play this, but I have to discard the Null Priest in that case. I can't even do that. Okay, well, let's see if Chandra can survive another turn. I'm not beating them until they have done that. Yeah, okay, that's actually... Let's just go to the next match. I wasn't gonna beat them. If it would be really interesting to see, it would have been really interesting to play the game so that I had my double red in time for the... This would have been my was it like turn 3 play or something like that, and then the Chandra to follow up, I would have had much more massive board here. They wouldn't have had time to do all this stuff, be at 23 at this point, but sometimes you can't just get your double casters. But the thing is that I don't actually care about the Chase the Mind Sculptor avatar, and I don't care about the Neon Dynasty cards either, because I will be completing Neon Dynasty normally by just drafting as I usually do. This is a fine hand, by the way. So in terms of getting to 7 wins, it's not really important for me here, but of course I want my decks to function as well. So here Demonic Tutor can get something I can. No, I think I'm not gonna use the Faithless Looting or the Demonic Tutor yet. I'll just get a zombie token here. And I think I will in fact discard the Faithless Looting here now. I don't need it now. I need a target for reanimating, and I also need a way to reanimate. So the Demonic Tutor doesn't do it all by itself. They can disfigure that, be my guess. Sadly, the Rebirth would have allowed there. Okay, now there is that. So now I need to get, because I still have a Faithless Looting, of course, in here, so I need to find now my way to... I mean, I'm gonna get my Blood for Bones with the Demonic Tutor, right? Maybe do this first. It's better use of mana. I can discard the extra mountain here. Yep. And next turn I can play the Rebirth tapped and then play the Demonic Tutor. They have up. I don't care about that. I know that was a premature concession, but I just... Scavenging Ooze, of all things there. Wow. Okay, let's get rid of the Stitcher Supplier and then... Jeez, that Ooze there. Jeez. I had a game plan there. I had it all set up, and then they have the Ooze. I didn't have removal for the Ooze there. I know... Okay, I could have Demonic Tutored a Lightning Axe. I know it was a premature concession. I could have Demonic Tutored a Lightning Axe. I was just... I mean, just... Yeah, Demonic Tutor a Lightning Axe. Kill this, because they didn't have a forest up. And I will discard like a... I don't know, I would have to discard something good. But maybe the Malaka Rebirth there. Play the Pelaka Predation as a land. And then wait until I get the Null Priest of Oblivion. Which wouldn't be that hard even with the Signing Blood actually. 2 more lands. So yeah, I had a game plan there. No need to point it out in the comment section. I had a game plan here. Because I forgot... because I actually thought that I have a shock, but it's in my sideboard. And it is. It's this. Play with fire. But I forgot I have the Lightning Axe. I could have gotten that with the Tutor. Discard one of the lands. Play the other land. Kill this with the Lightning Axe. And then play the Signing Blood to start going to 6 mana. And then use this to reanimate this. That was a completely winnable game there. Anyway. Let's take the play with fire here now. And I guess the Guardian Idol is going to be the Perforos thing. How about the Contempt? I will try with this first. Okay, at least I have the Kalos Blood Mage here, even if the Pyromancer isn't here. That's going to be my 2-drop. 2 power lifelink Menace creature is quite good in fact, even in cube. I can discard the swamps, but I think I'll just first draw a card from the Blood Mage here. I'm not interested in killing the Florahedron, they can get their mana accelerating there. They are better targets for the upgrade, I'm sure. Okay, so now I can easily discard 2 swamps. Because I don't really need them, at least not at the current moment. Now this is okay, they get the 1 land there, but oh, well that is perfect then. Chandra kills the Oracle, and I'm not actually going to attack with... They have a Reclamation Sage there. I'm not gonna attack with this because I don't want Chandra to die, because they could kill 1 blocker and then attack. Now at least they have to kill 2 blockers. Lithoform Engine, well Upgrade can get that, so... Oh. Jeez. This is crazy. Callahan's command just after that. So I'm gonna get mana from here.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Then I can still have the Pyromancer here. Another 5-color deck here, but this time I'm having a nut start here. So this means I will be sideboarding in more Planeswalkers if I get to win this game.
Whatever. Figure it out on your own.
They get to use the destroy target Planeswalker part in there. Well, I get to Thoughtseize here, I guess. I will want to see what they have. Skewed Swamp, I can kill that, although it's not gonna be good enough because they get the copy already. I have to get rid of this. I hope the Gondi doesn't get anything too good here. I get to kill the Gondi itself at least. Plus, do they even have a double black here? Yes, they do. But I have a Demonic Tutor which can find me like a Professor Onyx. Unless they get to exile it with the Gondi. The rest go to bottom. But also I do have here 5 power of attackers. They are at 10 and I have the Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Yeah, that's actually... that's the game plan here. Let's just beat them down. And I don't want them to get for any reason back the skewed Swarm. They go to 3 here. Oh, they have a Swords to Plowshares. Play with fire. Okay, that was mine, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Well, I've seen worse. So my Demonic Tutor game plan is still alive and well. They might have to... okay, they have a life from there, and they can play the 2-1 as a blocker, which they have to do actually. And then yeah, they are basically at 7 here, but I'm just going to continue this. There's no need to do anything else. Yep. I'll exile Gondi this time. They can block the 1-1 with the Goose, but I don't need the 1-1 to be here as a blocker either. So this is fine. They go to 1 now, and they go to... well, basically they are still at 4, of course, but... and they can make life gain with this every turn. Okay, this time I'm not conceding to this thing right away, but does that annoy the heck out of me? I'm gonna get the Professor Onyx here. That's what I'm gonna do. I could take them... no, Professor Onyx is the best. Valky is good, yeah, a lot of things are good, but Onyx is actually the best here, I think. Because I don't need to draw a land for that. They don't have that much green mana, so they can't really go too much crazy with the scavenging ooze. Oh, did they just forget to make a food token with the Gilded Goose? Yes, they did, and they drew a land. So Onyx makes the ooze go away.
Open your books to page 17 or
Is
something.
there any reason not to attack? I mean, if they can give the Gilded Goose any amount of power, it flies anyway. So unless maybe if they have like a hasty creature, then I'm gonna regret not attacking. But this is gonna be a difference of 1 life. I can deal with these guys now.
You'll learn the power of death.
So they will be making those food tokens. Oh, they forget it totally. This is insane. The opponent forgets to make the food tokens. Okay, well that's a good one. But they literally could have some food tokens, and that would be a lot of life for them. Oh, they have a hasty. So if I did it... Okay, I don't deserve winning this match. Not that I would win the match even if I won this game, but since I had the pre-match concession there. There's nothing to... Well, I guess I can do this and see what happens. Okay, I got the Tibalt. So this... I don't care about the Blood for Bones. Sadly, they have the mana for that thing. They get to draw some bolts there, but I get to deal 4 damage here, and they have forgotten really to use the... They have forgotten to use the food token, so I guess there's that. Okay. Do I have the Perforos thing? Play with fire is no longer here. But yeah, they really can make a food token and sacrifice it for life. That is something. Oh. I mean, if I... So the thing is, of course, that this would kill them if I... But they're gonna realize that they can make a food token there, so... Let's do this. I'm gonna exile some stuff in here now. Forest. Okay, there is this thing which I can use to make a massive creature there, but they have 2 cards I don't know about. Oh, they have an exile effect. Okay, yeah. But I guess they might just... Okay, they literally don't make the Gilded... Okay, they don't use the Goose at all. I could have gone for the Shining Blood, I guess. I hope they just tap out. Okay, now that is it. That's a win now, isn't it? It is, because now they don't have the mana to make the food token and sacrifice it for life. So I can actually win with Shining Blood now. Okay. Jeez. They have an Immortal Sun, but I have a couple of things that can destroy an artifact. Because I still think I'm gonna play the Zariel, because I now know that they have 5 color control, so I think I'll play my Planeswalker here. And what I don't need here is... That's always a good question. Probably the play with fire now is not gonna be that good. that most of the cards, well, they have like a Gilded Goose and the Scavenging Ooze, but even this Ooze, well, they have an Oracle of Mudaya. Fresca's Contempt. I guess because of the Oracle and... Okay, I will play the Play with Fire, it's such a good one against that. And there are other targets too. Maybe the Crypt Breaker is a bit too slow. I'm gonna cut that this time. I'll try it like this. Okay, let's have a good starting hand. Because I need to be fast against that opponent. Well, this is a one-lander. Mulligan that. Keep 6. Let's not have Dracuset here. So I need to find the second black for the Sign in Blood. And now it's of course the time when I am drawing these red sources. Well, I need 2 red for the Chandra too. Okay, that will enter untapped. On the next turn anyway, so, but I have no place for this turn, so it doesn't matter if I play the Mountain or the Haunted Ridge now. So I can make them just maybe I make them discard and kill this thing. I'm gonna do that. I know they have good artifacts, but I don't... Actually now it feels like I want to kind of make it slower for them. And next turn if they play 1 creature I can chant right up. And then maybe Professor Onyx at some point. But if they have an Immortal Sun, of course my Planeswalkers will be useless unless I draw my upgrade in that case. Gondi went away. Well, they had no black mana, so of course they play 5 colors and they have only blue and green currently, and white. That's another thing that requires a... That does require a artifact removal, but I think I can fight through that. And I'm gonna play actually Zariel now. It gives me a token. I don't need the Chandra now. It does give me a lot of mana, but I think I'd rather add to the board now. Golos. Okay, well, my Colahouse command starts to seem pretty bad. Do they have a Field of the Dead? They don't. Or at least they weren't interested in that. So can I kill it somehow? They're gonna equip it. Now if they block, I can, with the Chandra. But there's no way I can... I guess I can play the Professor Onyx then. I cannot sacrifice my own guy here. Yeah, I don't think I'm... I guess I can try it. Try to attack. They're not gonna block though. Maybe that was just not good. But now there's no point in playing the Chandra because it will not do anything irrelevant here. I will just draw my cards now. Now that'll be good. It will be able to kill it. If I put X equals 3, so not mana for that right now. Okay, so now they can get rid of the Zariel if they equip and kill the 1/1 here. So having 2 blockers would have been good. But I guess I can live without Zariel here. No trample at least yet. Okay, good. This is all fine. Especially if my Professor Onyx resolves now. That's the question, of course. Well, it's gonna resolve against black mana. So...
Liliana, sorry. You don't make me
I have all my
Fight
planeswalkers, which
forever.
means that if they find a immortal sun here, they do nothing. Well, Professor Onyx has a passive ability. Maybe they use the obelisk to kill it. It's a possibility. It uses the entire turn for them though. Oracle of Muldaya, that kill is gonna get dead. They have another land. Okay, they got disgusting. They played this and had 2 lands on top of their deck, and they were able to play them both because of this. And now they have Sildred in there too, which I can at least kill. So it's not so bad, but I can kill it with the Perveros's intervention. But darn is that... Oh. They got my thoughts. I'm super happy this isn't like an important tournament where I need to go to 7 wins, because this combination of this turn they just had there, that was great. I would have wanted to have my Chandra there. Let's focus. I have nothing to reanimate for now. My creatures will have haste if I choose, but there's not much to do. I can only use the plus ability in here, so let's do that first. Upgrade. That is fantastic. Then,
Let's go digging.
because this says at the beginning of their upkeep they get okay, at the beginning of each opponent's, I can sacrifice 1/1, so that won't be a big problem. So the idea here is that I think the idea is that I play the Dusk Legion Zealot first. And then the Fateless Looting here. Okay, good. Lightning Axe works too. So I will discard these 2. And then I will have to discard, I guess, the Academy's Awakening to kill the Oracle here right away. That also triggers, the Professor Onyx. So now I can just plus here and attack for a lot of damage.
Spill
Would I have had a win here? Actually, this would have made them go to 9, and then this would have been a 1, 2. No, I don't think it was. It was very close to a victory at least, but I mean the Sheldred isn't gonna win them the game now. I can even upgrade the unstable obelisk to make them have only. I mean, I actually should consider it. Less mana for them. I don't think they can do anything with the Sword of Body and Mind here. Unless they again have a hasty Siphon Insight. I mean, the Perverse Intervention will give me a big trample token to win them with, yeah. Okay, I don't know, I could have done it differently. Maybe calculating the turn, taking these Magecraft triggers into account. I might have been able to play a bit better on the previous turn. But I won. I got my Jace avatar anyway, even though I don't care about it. Okay, so this is the grand final. I will get one of each Neon Dynasty cards if I win this. If not, the event is over. So this takes like what, almost 4 hours. Hand is good. I think I'm gonna go with the Idol now first. I might, well, if I draw a bunch of lands, I might play this as a Tibalt, but we will see. That I would want to kill. Oh, and I can. It was very good thing I had this. What a draw. Okay, now actually I can play a Tibalt even if I draw an untapped land and assuming the Chandra survives. Well, that would be way too much to assume. Green-white doesn't have that many ways to do good there, but oh well. I'm gonna play the Pyromancer because I do wanna draw into lands and I don't need the Stitcher Supplier or the Faithless Looting here. Couple of tokens. Okay, well, no land, but at least I have a Thoughtseize. See what I'm up against. A bunch of annoying things. They don't have a land though, but so the Skewed Swarm is not a problem now. Conclave Tribunal, not a problem either. I don't care if they use it on this. I think the most annoying card is the Bastard's Lieutenant. They have Dramagas command, but when I know about it, it's gonna be slightly easier to deal with. So even if they don't draw a land, I'd rather them not have this Bastard's Lieutenant ever. No land. Okay, Upgrade. Maybe should just kill this thing. Demonic Tutor. I mean, should that find me a land? No, what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to do this and then play the Valky as a creature. Get the, if nothing else, get the Fauna Shaman. And see what they drew. Redain. Well, I can in fact take that and then make my guy into a Redain. They didn't play it. Well, good for them, because then they would have... That would have eaten it. Okay, they... Well... That was it. So they were stuck at 3 lands. They could have played the 2-2 there, but they weren't interested in that. Okay, so green-white. So that means I'm gonna play all the removal. Vraska's Contempt, Play with Fire, and Perverse's Intervention. I don't think I care about these Planeswalkers. No, these are not particularly good. There is also the Mythos of Netroy. Maybe it's time to just kill everything they have. And I will cut a bunch of cards. Stitcher's Supplier. Not the Thoughtseize though. Guardian Idol. Maybe the Thorval's Disciple. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to attack with it too much. And... Crypt Breaker. Fine. I'm now mostly removal. I'm not sure if that's a smart idea, but we will see if that's gonna work or not. Again, a one lander. No thanks. So I have the Chandra here, which is really good. I have a cheap removal spell. I have this Valky, which will be useful. I feel like the Valky might still be the card. No, I think there's not much cards I want to discard for the Pyromancer, and if I get to 3 mana, I can play the Blood Mage and draw a card. So maybe the Pyromancer. I don't have the Valky for turn 2 unless I find an untapped land though. Looting. Getting me land drops is important, so I'm gonna lose this. Dracuset is a good thing to discard. Now that I have a Dracuset, I was thinking about just losing the Demonic Tutor, but that doesn't seem so great anymore. It's gonna be the Valky now. Because I drew my land, so that means I can play on the next 3-drop. I won't have a window to play the Valky as 2 mana card. I might... Okay, Skewed Swarm is gonna die. It's gonna die. It would be nice to play the 3-drop, but I don't want to get them to get any token from there. Okay, so now I will draw a card. Land is is very good. Chandra is a possibility, but let's see what they have. I can kill a creature with this thing. That needs to go. They also get to, you know, now Incubation Druid will be adding a 3 mana now. Super annoying, but I guess I'll just thought seize them first and then see if I need to kill the Incubation Druid or the Aspirant based on what they have in their hand. They have 3 cards, I wanna get rid of them all. So my game plan is to win with reanimating the Dragoset, which means that I need to get rid of both of these annoying things. The Hornet Queen I can beat, although even the Dragoset doesn't actually beat it that easily. Well, it's gonna have to be the Elspeth Conqueror's Death, and then I have to kill the thing that adds a lot of mana. Now they don't get to play the Hornet Queen, and the Aspirant isn't actually quite that dangerous. I can even attack for 2 here. They will attack for 1. This will add the counter in the end step. So let's now... Yeah, this is actually not... This could be worse, but now they will Banishing Light. I mean, if they draw a land, they get to cast this. Unless, I know, they have to draw a green producing land specifically. So, if I drew a land in here, do you know what would I have done? I would have gotten a Colohan's command with this, make them discard a card and kill this. But I think it's still fine that I will just do this. Because they can't at least cast both of the cards they have.
You wanna play with fire, huh?
This is gonna be maybe a better assay. Although I can read... do I have time for all that? Because I can use this on the Dragoset and make it return when a Death Toucher blocks it. I guess I'm not gonna play it now. Hopefully I don't get punished too much, but they also need a 3rd green source before they can cast it, so... Maybe they don't find it that quickly.
I don't need this.
Because now I'm gonna of course get a... I'm gonna Demonic Tutor a Blood for Bones. Oh, that's gonna be good too. Wow. So actually now I can... Yeah, now I will play this tapped, because I have the Null Priest of Oblivion. Because now, whatever I have the Swamp in my hand, so I'm gonna get the Blood for Bones here still. Because I think it is the best thing to have here. Now I could get a Professor Onyx too. Okay. Then I have 2 good options. But no, I'm gonna have the Blood for Bones. The reason is that then when I lose the Dragoset, I can reanimate it with Blood for Bones. Okay, they have also that. So the Professor Onyx wouldn't actually have been that great here at all. But now, of course, I will do this here. Do I get my 7th win because of the reanimating stuff here? I would like that. I would really like that. Now they need an answer for the Dragoset. That doesn't do it. Conclave Tribunal would do it. Okay, that's it. Haha. So I got the 7th win. That is after a kind of ups and downs, as it usually goes in limited Magic. And that was the 3rd and final of my finals here. Here it is, 7 wins. And I got the 3 draft tokens. The 7th one was actually, it wasn't a daily deal, so I was able to buy a draft token for 10% cheaper on this weekend. And well, total of 3 finals events, 2 first went to 3 wins, and then I got to 7 wins. With at least, this is the most interesting deck, because I had a pretty good theme for the reanimating, but also I could win with other things, but with powerful planeswalkers, I guess mostly. And depending on what the opponent's deck did, was it like a control deck or a more of a creature-focused deck that made a difference whether I should have these removal spells in my deck or these planeswalkers here. So sideboarding was important here definitely with this deck. And usually in limited and especially in cube, sideboarding is going to be important most of the time. So this was it. I think the deck was quite good. It was a bit slow and clumsy, but it did the job, and it had a lot of powerful cards. I mean, Chandra, Torch of Defiance is just always going to be good. Golahan's Command is always going to be good. Yeah, well, that's it. It's a long enough video. I'm not gonna talk about this event anymore. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play any more of these cubes. I mean, I will probably play them by myself, casually, just listen to music and have a couple of beers maybe and play cube. But then I won't be recording. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna upload any of these cube videos, because the cube event will still continue for a while here, I think, on Arena. It might be that this is my last cube video on the channel for now. There will be, of course, further iterations of the cube, and then I will be uploading at least a couple of them. So all this fun stuff. If you actually made it to the end of the video, which was like almost 4 hours, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next draft. Then it will be Crimson WoW, and there will be also the Crimson WoW plus Midnight Hunt. What's the kind of a combo draft set available before the Neon Dynasty? I will be drafting that and uploading, of course, those two. But I'm not sure when it happens. It might take a couple of weeks still before that comes. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, maybe you could celebrate my 7-win results in the finals and do that. I would appreciate that. Anyway, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.